How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another match day live. We are here. It's at the Emirates, 8 p.m. kickoff against Bodo Glimt. Our last one got postponed, PSV, right? Because of the whole, Manchester City fixture being moved as well, right? That's where the PSV game is. Yeah. But yeah, we are here tonight, the second game in the Europa League. It should be the third. It's the second. Bodo Glimt currently top of the table with 4 points. We've got 3, so a win would do nicely today. I'm joined by Shah on my left. You good, Shah?
I'm good.
She clapped herself.
I joined in.
We normally do claps. No clapping tonight.
You didn't give anyone else a chance to start. She just went, yeah. Nah, cool.
You weren't putting the iPad down.
Nah, I never do. We're here.
You can tap your leg.
And Sharray, big up Sharray, man. It's been a little while. You good?
Yeah, it's been, man, can't complain. Coming off the back of that North London derby, this week has been nice.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Match of the Day on repeat that often in a long time.
Yeah, for everyone asking, because I've got a lot of questions, why didn't I do a thank? Listen, I was away for the weekend, people. I wasn't here. I watched the game in Paris, but I was, more important things to do on the weekend. It's hard to say more important than a North London derby, but yeah, it is what it is, people. I watched it, I loved it, and we move. In terms of the lineup, what were you guys thinking?
Exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, right thing to do.
Exactly what I want. I'm never a fan of not at least having one regular first teamer in each section of the pitch. So I think if we've got Gabriel in there, if we've got Xhaka in there, we've got Martinelli in there, that's enough experience. The spine is probably strong enough. And to be honest, man, looking at the players that have come in, people call them second string, but they can all do damage. I'm excited to see a lot of these players,
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of that back four, they were our first choice back four.
Yeah.
Last year, Tomiyasu was a shoe-in.
Yeah.
Tierney was a shoe-in.
Gabriel.
Exactly. So, and Holding had to start really important games for us last year as well. So, yes, it's rotation, but we're not that weak.
What about in regards to Martinelli and Xhaka, Shah? Because they stood out to me because I was wondering whether they'd be put in again, considering they was playing against Zurich and their importance to our starting 11 in the league. Do you worry there, or do you think it's the right thing to do? Xhaka tends not to get injured. He's a machine, and Martinelli, likewise. Yeah, let's touch on a bit of
Hold that wood. Yeah, do you know what? I don't have any issues with Martinelli and Xhaka both playing. I'm glad Saka's not playing. Look at the amount of minutes Saka normally gets. Martinelli's another young player, and I think the more game time he gets, the better, really, because you can see he's hungry. So I'm happy that Martinelli's playing. And it's the same with Xhaka. Like you said, he's not really injury prone. So I don't really see any need to rest them. So, yeah, fling them straight in.
And without Emil Smith-Rowe, I guess there is no one else on that left side.
That's what I mean. There was talk of starting. Exactly.
Yeah.
But he hasn't really had, he's been injured for how long?
He hasn't had competitive minutes.
Exactly. But it'd be good to see him get subbed on and get some minutes now that he's back. And he's on the bench, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
So it'd be good for him to get some minutes. Let's see what he's about. I think this would be a perfect game for him to come in, maybe around the 60th minute or something.
Somewhat a forgotten man, I had a lot of chips on Reiss Nelson to be the shining light in that crop, but, it happened to be Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe. Reiss had a couple loans here and there. It didn't go to plan, but he's back in, and Arteta says, there's a space for him. We've kept him. So I'd like to see him, I've always liked Reiss. I've actually always liked Reiss.
I'm a big fan of Reiss as well.
I think he's better on the right side.
That's the thing. That's the thing. And it seems like Marquinhos now has got that second choice spot on the right side. But look, if Smith-Rowe is injured and keeps getting injured, and Martinelli's all we've got on that left-hand side, maybe Reiss Nelson does need to make that his own. The reality is, everyone knows it's a privilege to play for Arsenal Football Club, and if you can't play in your favourite position, you have to make the most out of playing out of position.
Yeah, true. We've got Super J saying, would you guys prefer to see Reiss or Marquinhos? I think that's a tough one. Obviously, Marquinhos is the new boy. We saw what he done last time out. We've got to see Marquinhos.
100%. And I like the way him and Eddie and Nketiah link up. I think in that game as well, they both assisted each other and scored a goal.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I like seeing them two together up top.
Let me just go through the lineup and the bench as well. We've got Turner in goal, Tomiyasu, Holding, Gabriel and Tierney, as Sharray alluded to earlier. Lokonga, Xhaka and Fabio Vieira and Odegaard's placed there. Marquinhos on the right, Martinelli on the left, Eddie and Nketiah up top. And looking on the bench, we've got Hein, goalkeeper, backup, Ben White, Cedric is back, Saliba, Partey, Sian, Smith, Saka, Nelson, Odegaard and Jesus. So the bench is very, very strong.
Real firepower. Just in case something goes wrong.
Exactly. Where's our 15-year-old? Not on the bench.
Well, he scored the other day for the under Saka. I don't know which
under 16s.
Yeah, maybe that one. But yeah, he scored the other day. More under the radar from him. he's only 15. And
Yeah.
look at not the uproar, but look at the headlines that came off the back of that. You know, all these other broadcasters and reporters, you know, putting it down, trying to knock it and so on. It is what it is. He broke the record for the youngest player in the league. We'll see him in the next couple, well, I say couple, he'll only be 17 then, can you imagine?
Yeah.
It's mad.
That is crazy. What did you guys make of him coming on and making the debut?
You know what, it's mad because before he came on, I was watching the Inside Hale End documentary, and they said there's this 14-year-old called Ranieri, and he's been playing with age groups beyond his years. If there's ever a goal threat, it comes from him. And in episode 1, I think he scores an absolute banger. And I'm thinking, oh, all right. And then they say there's a 15-year-old on the bench, and it's him.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy's in year 10, year 9,
year 11.
Like I wouldn't have even had my GCSEs then, and this guy's coming on as a first teamer. I was just so happy for the kid. So happy for the kid.
One thing I noticed is he's built.
Oh yeah,
He didn't look out of place when he came on, and he was up for it. You know, he didn't have much time, but he went for a couple, you know, aerial duels, a couple 50-50s, and you can see he's well built at that age. You know, We'll see. Hopefully, all the, you know, the rumours and the gas is worthwhile in a few years. We've already got a couple young players in the side. People asking Turkish, is there a big six tonight? No, people, I'm here. Big six is tomorrow night. We'll preview the next game week tomorrow night, people, so look out for that on my channel. What are we saying prediction-wise? Because I missed the starting 11. Did you guys make a prediction?
I wasn't on the starting 11.
Then drop your prediction, because the viewers know mine.
I'll lead the way. Do you know what? Tonight we're going to win. I'm going for a 3-1 Arsenal win.
3-1.
I went 3-0. I look at that back four, and I think that's solid enough to keep a clean sheet against certain Premier League teams. So I'd hope they could do it against Bodo Glimt, to be honest. But, you know, I might be wrong.
Mick here says, big up everyone. Good to see you back, Turkish. Hope we keep a clean sheet tonight. It will build the confidence so much. I always love a clean sheet.
Yeah.
But over the last 10 years, defensively, there's just been that, you know, we want to see more clean sheets. And even this season, you look at a lot of the goals we've conceded, especially in the league, a lot of them are through our own mistakes or our own doing.
Absolute gifts. Yeah. Absolute gifts. To be honest, I can only really look at the United game and say these teams had to produce a bit of quality to score against us. All the others, penalties, terrible back passes, maybe a goalkeeping error here and there. We need to cut that out. No one really is going to focus in on it when we're winning, and I get that. But if you are aspiring to be comfortably top four, maybe shooting for higher, that can't keep happening.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Bodo fan Michael the other day on Box to Box, and he said, you know, Bodo just go in with an attacking mentality. They go in, try and take the game to us, and their manager spoke, I think, yesterday as well, pretty much saying the same thing. He actually gave Arteta a lot of credit about the, you know, the level that we're playing at and the rotation here and there. But he also said we do zonal marking, so that shouldn't really have much of an effect on us who rotates with who. And he seemed pretty confident in his zonal marking and the fact that they pretty much go out all out attack more often than not. And
he said Arsenal have a very high line and we're good at getting in behind, so that's what we're going to exploit. So it sounds like he's here to play.
Yeah. I mean, with Tierney there, it's a very different aspect to Zinchenko starting. But yeah, I said 4-1 and forever Arsenal, I believe. I think I'm going to stick with the 4-1. Just because of what Michael told me about Bodo, and they are the highest scorers in the Norwegian league at this present moment.
Conceded a lot though.
They have, exactly.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. Not that I watched them. This is literally just from a brief look at the numbers.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, over the last year or two, they've got a couple of big results in Europe here and there. I think they put 6 past
Mourinho's Roma.
Mourinho's Roma, yeah. And not many clubs have put 6 past the Mourinho side over the years. So we've got to keep an eye out for them for sure. We've got to keep an eye out for sure. Let's see what the chat's saying as well. Need Martinelli to get a goal or two to build confidence. On Martinelli, a lot of big up Double Smiley for that comment. A lot of people have been saying that, but then I look at our top scorers this season in the league. I think Jesus has got 5, Odegaard and Martinelli have got 3 each. Does Martinelli need to add more goals to his game? Does he need to start, you know, kicking up the numbers, or are we seeing it right in front of our eyes? Because I think 3 goals in the first 8 games for him, it bodes well because
hit the post in the first 3 minutes against Tottenham as well, man.
And the first game of the season against Palace, he actually missed a glaring opportunity in the first 5 minutes.
Had one ruled out at Old Trafford.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know, I'm happy with Martinelli. You can see he's playing really well. You can see he's confident. And the goals will come. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing and the goals will come. So I don't have any concerns about him. I think he will start.
I agree. I think 10 goals from Martinelli in the league this season, I'd be happy with.
Exactly.
We're sharing the goals around, man. I mean, I'm looking at this now. Both centre-backs have scored, if you're looking at Gabriel and Saliba. Xhaka's scoring goals. Saka Saka has, what is he, like second highest assist maker in the league, or has that changed this week? I can't quite remember.
Saka,
I know that before the last game week, he was only behind De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Jesus has scored. Martinelli has scored. We're getting goals from everywhere. We're sharing them around, you know.
Even Partey's scoring goals.
Well, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, gone are the days for certain teams anyway, where you have that one 30, 40 goal a year striker. Obviously, we know that Manchester City have now got 150 goal a year striker by the looks of it. But not every team has that. You know, so as long as we're sharing them around, I'm not too fast.
And double smiley has to break into the Brazil starting 11 for the World Cup is huge for a player of his momentum. And yeah, that's true in the back of his
Who's
mind.
on that flank for Brazil? I think they play Vinicius there a lot, man.
They do, yeah.
That's a real big boy to displace, you know, it's going to take a lot.
Well, I'd say it's pretty much impossible to displace him from that side. But in terms of a backup, you know, a lot of people looked at Saka in England's last tournament and thought he's going to get minutes here and there.
Yeah.
But 2 games in, he became an integral part of the starting 11. So hope for the same with Martinelli, but Vinicius on that side is, yeah, it's a tough task. Dishan says, my guy Turkish, it's I am Dishy from Twitch. Generational FIFA talent. Come on, my bro, you know this. We're going to win this 4-1. Big up everyone on AFTV. Come on, you Gunners. Same scoreline as me, 4-1.
Is everyone quite confident in the chat with tonight's game?
Yeah, I'm seeing 4-0. I'm seeing 6-1. I'm seeing 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 again. I haven't seen any negative results. I think we should all be quite positive and confident about this one. AFC Max says, hey, Sharoy, finally here and finally caught up with you. Speaking forever Arsenal, you know what to do, lead judges, after that shameful behaviour, cheating on the show. With Dan, you know what to do. Hashtag Sharoy in.
He messaged me on Twitter, Love Max. He was saying, listen, man, I can't believe Lee Judges was on another stream when they were meant to be filming Forever Arsenal. You know, when you see him, put it on him.
Should have dropped him out.
And don't worry, I saw him before this and I did. I lived up to my word, Max.
He's on his last chance. And he said 6 a.m. in Sydney here. Listen, big up everyone watching all over the world, man.
6 a.m.
It's mad times. Every week I'm seeing mad times. Hit the like button if you haven't already. What we see, Cody Gakpo looks like a baller. Well, PSV actually had a big win. I don't know what the final score was against Zurich, but last I checked, they was 4-0 up at half-time.
Really?
It was 4-0 up away as well, and they needed that because they dropped points to Bodo in the first game.
Yeah, but all the more reason for us to win this game and then win the next one at Bodo, man. If PSV, you know, I think they took a point off Bodo. They've just banged quite a few goals here.
Yeah, 5-1 they ended.
Not going to be a walkover. Not going to be a walkover.
Definitely not. We've still got to play them twice. Looking elsewhere in the Europa League, I've just noticed Man United got a 3-2 victory away in Cyprus against
Wasn't
Ammonia.
comfortable. Yep. Wasn't comfortable.
No,
Not
even,
at all.
Even at the end there, I think Ammonia had a little chance to break away, but a smart foul from United stopped that, and that was the game done. But yeah, Europa League, the group stages tend to be a formality. It should be anyway. I know Man United are making difficult work of theirs, but we're in a good moment, very different moment to United at this present time. Bit of stability there with Mikel and the playing side. It's a given. I think we'll get through this group, but how important is it to get through top of the table?
Super important because of what Robbie was saying on starting 11. Now, if you're second, you've got the equivalent to a playoff to go through. You know, so we can't afford fixture congestion, man. We've got the City game and I think the Everton game that are still yet to be placed. It was already a mad year. You can't voluntarily be having extra fixtures just because you're slipping up in a group that you should be topping. We have to be professional about this.
I agree. I think even though it's just 2 games, it's 2 games more than an already packed season with a World Cup in the middle.
That's it.
So I think, listen, let's just get through first. Welcome, Laurie, to the show.
What's going on? What's going on? What time did you call this from?
Where were you?
I'm doing my Aubameyang impression.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're Robbie's brother. You can just stroll in, like,
Hey, don't tell him, man. Don't tell him.
I don't know. Says, why is Fabio Vieira in the studio? Why are you in the studio, Fabio?
Honestly,
I thought this was Mahrez.
Fabio Vieira.
You've got 9 minutes to get out on that pitch, mate.
There's too many of them, bro. There's too many of them. The beard's long. It's harder to run.
Which one do you prefer?
I'll take any of them, man. I'll take any of them. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
So, Laurie, we've got a 3-0 there from Sheree. We've got a 3-1 from Shaw. I'm going 4-1. What do you think today?
Bodo Glimt.
You know the lineup?
Yeah, I know the lineup. The lineup is good. I'm happy with the lineup. I mean, you know, some of the other guys, fringe players, need to get a game. And plus, we need to see what they're about. Bodo Glimt, I did a little bit of research on them. I mean, I know they're pretty much well through their season.
Yeah,
the second
6 games to go.
Yeah, that's right. Second in the Norwegian league, although they're well behind Molde. Listen, we're at home. We should win, innit? I got my Arsenal by 2 clear goals.
Yeah, you
Two
like
clear
that.
goals. He's
You
still
like
not
that one,
answering it.
innit? Two
What's the
clear
score?
goals.
What's the score going to be? What's the score?
What are you saying?
3-1.
Ah,
3-1.
So you're going with Shah. We're getting a lot of 5-0, 4-2. I think it's going to be
People
a high-scoring
expecting
game.
to see some goals.
Yeah, listen, if what Michael told me and what the Bodo coach has been saying is true, then I expect goals in this game because
It depends how they set up though as well though.
apparently they only know one way to set up, and that's to just go for it.
Oh really? Okay, well
They're
it
the
should be a
highest
good
scorers
game
in the
then.
Norwegian league, but they've also conceded about 31 in 24 games.
Wow.
So a fair few. That's at least a goal every game.
Yeah.
I see PSV slapped up
Zurich away.
Zurich 5-1. That's
They
pretty
needed that as
impressive.
well. They needed that because they drew 1-1 with Bodo.
Well, these guys beat them. No, drew them.
They
Yeah,
drew,
these
yeah,
guys
drew,
drew.
yeah.
in Netherlands. So
Yeah.
PSV top of the group as it stands.
Yeah.
On goal difference. We need to win this.
Yeah, we
100%.
do.
PSV,
Zurich looked done and dusted, sadly, but I mean the others.
And you
PSV
can't take these teams for granted. I mean, I'm sure you've spoken about it, but it would appear United went life and death with Nicosia.
Yeah.
So, got to turn up, man.
God, and I think that the sooner we get it done, the better.
Yes.
It's
100%,
not only
exactly.
finishing first, but the sooner, beginning of November, we have, the only fixtures we have in November, off the top of my
We've
head,
got
is
Chelsea, man.
Chelsea and Wolves.
Yeah.
Two quite difficult fixtures in their own way. I know Wolves, surprisingly, in my opinion, sacked their manager recently.
I thought that was ridiculous, if
Yeah,
I'm being
just-
honest. I thought that was bang out of order.
Dude,
The way they
came
were
out
playing
of
last
nowhere.
year, the things that Bruno Lage was doing, I mean, he's clearly had a lot to deal with. I think he deserved a bit more time. But looking at the way the league's going, man, it's not often you can give a manager the sort of time that we've
How
given.
many games did he go without winning a game at this level? If they say you're 3 defeats away from getting the sack, I mean, he hadn't
Yeah.
won a game. Was it 14?
Was
Yeah,
it
I know.
14?
Something like that, yeah. So.
Well, I guess the Wolves fan know more than us, but outside looking in, it just felt like, because I was with Sheree last year, especially around the time we was playing each other back to back, but
It was
twice
pretty
in-
much back to back,
in
pretty
quick
much.
succession. I was looking at them and thinking defensively resolute.
Yeah.
In the big games, they shut up shop well and keep the scores low. I think they went a man down against Man City 45 minutes in and still held I think a 1-0 loss.
Yeah,
which
and they were
they still
unfortunate
lost,
with
but-
the Jimenez injury, with the Neto injury. They of course lost Jota. You know, they had a lot to do, a lot of
Yeah.
rebuilding to do.
It's funny with Wolves, isn't it? Because ever since they sacked the manager, it's
What,
just not
Nuno?
gone right for yeah.
Yeah.
Nuno.
From Nuno, they've not,
Do you think they're
it's not
getting
looked
back?
good for them. No.
Oh yeah, he's still available, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Potentially, because they've still
Might
got a
as well.
very strong Portuguese contingent at the
Yeah,
club,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So they're going to have to sign someone that
Yeah,
works.
I
along
reckon
those
it'll be a
lines.
Portuguese manager.
But yeah, back to this. We need to we need to go into November not worried about Europa League, not worried about those last couple PSV fixtures. Can someone confirm? It's Bodo. Then is it PSV, or is it Zurich PSV?
I actually don't know.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I actually
In
don't
the
know.
chat, can you let us know the order in which we're playing? Obviously, we've got Bodo tonight. We've got Bodo next Thursday as well. But the last 3 games, how did they come about? Is it Zurich, then PSV twice, or is it PSV, Zurich, PSV? I'm not too sure. A couple of super chats have come in while someone can let me know. I'm watching live from Australia, and Jordan is speaking live on the broadcast. He was asked about Xhaka and named him without hesitation.
Of course, because
I'm
he's
in
on
shock.
TV now, isn't it? Because he's on TV. He can't play those forever Arsenal games on TV.
That's mad.
Can't be doing that on TV.
That is mad.
Well, enough for letting us know whoever that was, because next time I see him, I'm putting him on
I'm
for that.
forever Arsenal. I'm going to mention that for sure. For
So
sure.
what's your thoughts on Xhaka now? Because I know you to say you were not convinced by him is probably the understatement of all time.
Yeah.
But this season, what do you think?
Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
Are you a
I'm
Xhaka
happy.
fan?
are you saying that through clenched teeth or?
No, it is what it is. Like, this is what I want.
Okay.
That's what people out there need to understand. Like, my criticism come from what I see. If it
No,
changes,
no, I see you.
if it
I see
changes,
you, yeah.
I don't give a shit who calls me a flip flop. If it changes,
No, I'm not calling you that.
No, I know, I know.
I'm just
I know,
curious
but out
as
there,
to
that's
like,
the term for someone that thinks one way one
Yeah,
month,
yeah,
and then a few months later, if they think the other way, it's flip flop. But I'm seeing something different from Xhaka. I think we all are.
No, but you know what?
Sure, you've been a fan of Xhaka for a while.
Yeah.
Are you seeing something different from Xhaka now?
100%. You can see his whole character, his whole mannerisms. Like, he's a completely different person. He's seeming a lot more positive. His gameplay's positive. I think him bombing forward as well makes a huge difference. And look, he's adding goals to his game as well. So yeah, I'm loving Xhaka.
Because Turkish will tell you, I've been an advocate for Xhaka for a while. No, seriously, I have.
No, I believe you.
No,
Yeah.
Well, as in you
too.
Yeah,
You've
have
liked
been.
Xhaka.
You have been.
Yeah, when all
have
of them
been.
man was dissing him, I always used to say, you know what, I see what he brings to the team. I think he's nowhere near as bad as what a lot of people are saying. Me and Curtis used to go back and forth.
I actually remember this because I was a fan of the channel before I came on and I used to watch it. And one thing you always said is, the reality is with him, you need people like that in your dressing room.
That leader.
You need that element of spite. Sometimes it manifests itself in a really bad decision, but you were always an advocate for him because you thought he brought more good than bad.
Physical presence in midfield, decent on the ball.
But it's super hard. It's super hard to hone in on the positives when the mistakes were so costly.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. With fans like Turkish fans like me, that's literally all it was. But now, I certainly don't ever have any trouble saying that an Arsenal player is good, and I'll never do it through clenched teeth, because I'm like, finally, thank God, because I hate having to criticise Arsenal players, because I love them all, man. That's my team. I don't like speaking ill of any of them, you know. And it made me so happy hearing him say, I think it was on the weekend, he goes, I'm so glad I stayed and I got the opportunity to show you guys the Granit Xhaka that I've always wanted to show you. You know, I was like, you know what, big up, man. Big up. He just turned 30. Great.
Being a fan, being a supporter, let's say, of Xhaka over the years, when a lot of people, including myself, criticised. If I asked you the best Granit Xhaka you've seen, I'd assume that it's the one in the last few months.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, as Shiroi was saying previously, the attributes that I was applauding as far as Xhaka was concerned were more the physicality and the fact that he's quite versatile. He's got good distribution, and we needed somebody of his experience and physical presence in our midfield. Now, as Charlene was pointing out, he's getting forward, he's doing more, scoring goals, and he's been consistent. So he's better than he's ever been. Yeah, really.
I'll agree with that. Thank you to the chat, because a lot of people have confirmed. So we've got Bodo tonight, Bodo next week, then we've got a double header against PSV, and we finish off against Zurich. Probably not what I wanted to hear. But listen, I think even the PSV game, we should be winning all our games in the Europa League. Exactly. I know it's a tougher test than
Zurich might be done by the time we play them.
At this rate, they will be.
That's the thing.
They've lost their first 3 games, no?
They're on no points.
Yeah, they're done already.
Would it be remiss for me to say it's not, let's be honest, it's not a hard group, really, is it?
No, I mean, none of the Europa League.
I'm trying not to sound too...
No. It's fair enough. We're Arsenal Football Club. We're top of the Premier League. If you can't say that sort of stuff now, when can you?
Exactly, it's true.
I didn't want to come across as condescending, but it's not, though, is it? It's not a hard group.
It's not condescending. It's being real. It's being real.
Saying it how it is.
We shouldn't even really be looking at them other man's fixtures. We should be just saying, we should top the group. And like you said, put that to bed, and then you can focus more on the league.
Then you don't have to worry about that till February. You know, Ibby with a super chat says, it took Arteta time to trust Martinelli and start him weekly. What do you think is the big difference in Gabby from 2020 versus now, apart from experience? Very difficult question, because I think that is the big difference. With experience comes a bit more maturity. There's still a lot more to learn from Martinelli, and I think there's a lot more to come from Martinelli. But go on.
It's like being back at school.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to
No, I didn't want to...
No, go through.
Teacher Turkish has let you speak. Don't worry.
My respect for you is total.
No,
so that's
come on.
why I'm not going to... But yeah, so with myself, don't get me wrong, I love him as a player. However, I think at times his decision-making can be an issue. Because he's so athletically gifted and goes past people for fun at times, I think sometimes he'll beat a player, then cut back, try and beat him again. You think, get the ball in the box, you know what I mean? Or have a shot. Sometimes he does neither, and then, you know what I mean? But that's a small...
I think that'll come with age. That's why when Ibby says, apart from experience, I think it just comes down to that. What do you guys think?
I actually think he's stronger. I think the physicality wasn't necessarily there. He could dribble, he could beat a man. But now, even when there's very, very close contact, he's actually shrugging 2 or 3 players off. And that's massive in this league. And he couldn't necessarily do that when we saw him earlier on in his career. And I mean, that's the thing, experience encompasses so much. So if you take experience out of it, it's difficult to think of anything else. But that's definitely one of those things.
Yeah, which probably comes natural with age as well.
Yeah, definitely, He's a big lad anyway, but he's going to fill out and get his man strength. And be unstoppable.
No doubt.
For me, I just think it's about timing, you know. Perhaps he weren't ready back then. Now we can see what he's bringing. And also, who was we playing at that time, you know, in 2020? Yeah, it was
Aubameyang was out there.
So, you know, we've got to think about who were the players that were ahead of him. So it's just about timing, and now it's his time and he's shining brightly.
It would appear that Bodo Glimt brought a lot of supporters, man.
Yeah, my younger brother's at the stadium today. This is one of those reasons why I actually want Arsenal to really put on a show tonight, because these Europa League games, You get a lot of fans that can't otherwise get to the Emirates very regularly. This is one of the rare times they get to see the Arsenal.
Yeah,
and
a
that's
lot
why
of
it'd be
young
nice.
fans go.
Exactly, it'd be nice to put on a show for them tonight as well.
Yeah, I agree. Anthony with another super chat says Xhaka has always been the same. He just had a bad team around him and didn't have the right position until Arteta. Imagine having to cover Mustafi. Yes and no. Listen, I'm not going to dwell on the past, but I think we've got a very different Xhaka in this position than the Xhaka we had in the other position. As much as you mentioned Mustafi, Xhaka had a lot of Mustafi moments those times too. And Mustafi might be somewhere now in the world telling his cousin, listen, I was playing with Xhaka in front of me, and that's part of the reason why. But now Xhaka's in this new position, I feel like it's a different Xhaka we're seeing. However, Swiss fans tend to tell me this is the Xhaka we see for Switzerland. He's got the number 10 shirt for them. He plays, in a similar position, if not the same position. So credit to Arteta.
I was just about to say
Exactly.
that, credit to Arteta. And you know what's also interesting is that successive Arsenal managers have always played Xhaka, it would appear, without hesitation. So that says something in itself, innit? All the managers there have always played him. So
Who else was there, man? Slim pickings in all of those squads. Who else would have started ahead of him? Even now, of course, he's performing. But even tonight, we were like, well, Xhaka has to play. Who else is going to play in there?
Matthias said it's because of the buzz cut.
Yeah, you got a new trim before the North London derby, actually. Yeah, I noticed that.
I didn't actually notice that.
I noticed
didn't?
that.
What, is his hair shorter?
Yeah. But his barber put it on Instagram, and I saw that, and I thought, okay, cool.
They're getting ready now. We've got Xhaka there, captain in the team tonight.
I think he's got natural leadership skills about him as well.
Yeah, 100% he has.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be a help, isn't it?
Yeah, what's it? German referees all round. Cool. Let's see what the chat's
So
saying.
Haaland's playing for Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, that's exactly what someone said when they saw the thumbnail.
I tell you what, if he's half as good as Haaland, they'll have their work cut out.
Right.
Well, I think who we got to look out for, Pellegrino. He's the top scorer in the Norwegian league. I'm pretty sure he'll be starting. He's got 20 over
He's
there.
a midfielder, isn't he?
No, he's their striker.
Oh, is he?
Vitlesen is their second top scorer with 9 goals. Actually, Bill Pellegrino on this, he's on the left, but I'm not too sure. What number is he? Actually, that's a substitute.
Look, man, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know any of these players. Like, this is the thing. When I see teams like this, going back to what you were saying, Laurie, I don't want to sound condescending, but we should be beating this team, man.
We should be.
We should be
We
beating
will,
this
man.
team.
100%. Ghana says all this Arsenal team needs is a DM. Well, I think depth for Partey. I think depth in Xhaka's position as well, rotational option, and I think someone in the forward line as well would pretty much cap off this team.
Look at the 3 first teamers that are starting today.
Xhaka, Martinelli,
So that left-sided winger,
Gabriel.
it was sort of Martinelli or who else, because you've got to play a reset position. It was sort of Xhaka because who else, and it was sort of Gabriel because Arteta wants that left-sided centre-back. And if it's not Gabriel right now, it's kind of who else? Who do you want to risk, you know? So those are 3 positions that I think really we could look at.
Yeah.
Is that next transfer window you guys are speaking, the January one? Summer?
I never look fondly at the January window. I think, yes, in my life, Arsenal have pulled out some big names in January. Aubameyang being a recent one, Arshavin being one, Reyes, rest in peace, Reyes. He was a January signing, but I never look at January as an ideal moment. Huh?
Wasn't Ozil?
No, that was summer.
last few days of the window. But I never look at January and say, you're going to really strengthen your side here. I think you can support your side in January and add something. But I think the summer window is where you really need to. And don't get me wrong, in the summer, I think we had a good summer, proactive summer. Yeah. I think there was still a couple of things we could have done. But the fact we couldn't really get top dollar for our outgoings probably stopped one more signing coming over the line. Don't forget, UEFA are watching us, apparently. We're on the watch list. Elliot says, hope Catalan gets on tonight. Under 21 versus Ipswich, he stood out. Is that Serjan on the bench? Must be, because that was one of the names that I'm not too familiar with. Smith was one of them. Serjan's another one. I mentioned Aubameyang, Joseph. I know Aubameyang's the most recent big January signing we made.
Let's
The
go.
goalkeeper is out,
Kicked
right?
off.
Let's go, boys.
Did you see that?
Yeah,
Did you see
Turner
that?
was there in the centre mid position. Picked it up already outside the box.
It's a big game for Eddie, these games.
Yeah, Eddie's going to score today.
The poor pass. Yeah, Eddie's looked good when he's come on. He's stretched the game really well. He's done exactly what's asked for him. But that's not necessarily what he's going to be here to do today. He's going to have to play that. He has to lead the line.
He scored today.
Yeah.
You score. You know,
That's what I'm saying. These games are important for him. Get his goal count up, get his confidence up.
I think so as well.
Let's face it. As well as Jesus is doing, you do need someone to push him for that place.
Exactly.
100%.
And
these are the games you get. I think Eddie has this, the group games and the League Cup.
Yeah.
To prove, potentially even FA Cup, depending on who we draw.
Yeah.
But even last season we drew Forest, and I know that hurt Arteta, so I don't know if he's going to take it lightly again. Considering, in my opinion, FA Cup's the amount of times we've won it, the amount of great moments I've had in my life. I'm wanting to go. I always want the FA Cup. League Cup, I don't really give a shit about it.
Press it all the way.
Oof.
Good press.
I love the way Eddie presses.
Nice.
I love the way this whole team presses now, man. We've come on leaps and bounds in terms of a coordinated press as well. It's not just sort of everyone running towards the ball. They know when to go, they know when not to go. And Arteta on the touchline, he's slightly less interventionist now. He doesn't always have to tell them when to go. When he came in, you remember, he literally was like this.
He was up and down.
Yeah.
You know?
Ball.
Go on. Ah, unlucky.
Vieira.
Was that Vieira?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right, Tierney aside.
Nice, Tommy.
Nice. Tierney aside, which of the fringe players do you think could actually break into the Premier League 11 if they have absolute stormers in this Europa League?
Against what? You mean in general, not against Liverpool this Sunday?
Yeah, in general. Because this is the thing, I'm sort of thinking,
Nice.
a lot of these players might know that no matter what they do in the Europa League, they're not displacing players. Like, Jesus is starting. Saka is starting. Partey is starting.
You said aside from Tierney, right?
Saliba is starting. Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think I'm probably Tomiyasu.
You think he could displace Ben White?
Yeah, because I'm looking at Gabriel at the moment. And listen, we won in the North London derby, but Gabriel has been littered with mistakes in the first 8 games.
So it's more
of
to
the
move
season.
White.
Yeah.
So give Arteta something to think about. And I'm also not necessarily displace Saka, but I'm looking at Marquinhos to start giving Arteta something to think about when it comes to half an hour left in games when we need a goal or when we're comfortable when Saka needs a rest. I think I saw enough from Marquinhos against Zurich to say, I want to see him come off the bench. But at the same time, Saka is Saka. You can't really, if you need a goal, you want him on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do get worried sometimes with Saka because he plays a lot of minutes. I know he's young. I just don't want him to burn out.
Yeah.
He's playing, a lot of minutes.
I always think about Wilshere when it comes to that. Always.
Yeah,
Very
that's
different
what I'm
player.
saying.
And Wilshere used to, the type of player Wilshere was, he didn't help himself in terms of injuries because he was always in it. And I loved that. But playing 50, 60 games in the season did take his toll on Wilshere them times. So I'm hoping that Marquinhos can take some of the burden off Saka.
Yeah.
Every league game last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think 37, no?
Yeah.
Was it?
Maybe 38.
I think it was 38.
And he was playing for England as well.
Yeah.
And in some of our cup games, wasn't he? It's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, he
And
was
even
the
if
man
we-
last year.
Yeah, literally. And you just sort of think more long term as well, if it's going to sort of impact him, in a couple of years, even though it may not be impacting
Go on,
right
Eddie.
now. But
Go
just
on, Eddie.
going
Let it go.
forward.
Ooh,
Apparently on the verge of a new contract, Saka.
nice little 200
Yeah,
bags,
really.
I'm reading.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky. 14 on his
I
back.
like that though.
14 on his back.
Big
Opened
number
up his
14,
body.
Eddie.
Opened up his body on the left-hand side, tried to float it in like a certain famous 14 we used to have.
Jeez.
It's actually an effort.
Yeah.
Keeper was worried, but it went considerably wide in
close.
the end. But yeah, it was an effort. It was an effort.
Good effort.
Warm him up a little bit in the first, 5
Let them
minutes.
know what's coming.
That's it.
They've made a good start, actually.
Yeah, we have.
Good positive start.
What do you guys think about that 200k? Because I know in my WhatsApp group, a lot of the opposition fans, the first thing they want to do is knock something, even though they know re-signing Saka is a massive thing for us and it's something that would worry other side in terms of the process, the project and all of that. 200k, do you
For
think
Saka?
it's fair? Yeah.
Come on, he's a star
By today's
player.
standards, yes.
If we
Yeah,
were
exactly.
willing to give an ageing Aubameyang 350 grand, and you've now got the poster boy of Hale End and Arsenal Football Club and England to an extent,
Yeah.
England
Men's player of the year.
and the only player that we're actually really confident in starting on that flank,
Yep. Out and out.
200 bags is fair.
Exactly.
I think
It goes
so.
without
And it says
saying,
5
really.
years, I think, as well, which is a good chunk of time. What is he, 21 now? Let's say the next negotiation will come when he's 24. And I guess that will be the big one, if all things go well and he develops into the player we all think he can develop into.
I just want to know what's going on with the release clause in that contract. That's literally the only thing I want to know.
I don't ever, because in England we tend not to really do release clauses.
I feel like he might want to negotiate one.
Beautiful piece of skill.
I've said it.
That was a nice
go on.
pass to him.
Unlucky. I've said it for a while. I think him staying here for the next half a decade is definitely contingent upon us getting into the Champions League sooner rather than later.
I think so.
That's the only reason I think he might have really pushed, or his agent might have pushed for a release clause in there.
Yeah, obviously there's news that Haaland's got a release clause in his contract, but I think the way Haaland's managed his career, I think a lot of other players are. Who's this?
Is that Vieira?
I can't actually see who it is.
He's down like
That's Xhaka.
That is Vieira. That is Vieira. Really holding his ankle.
That was a bad tackle. Yeah, still on his
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can't really fault the defender for that, can you? I mean, he's
Well,
going for the
he
ball.
did leave his foot there, man. Don't you think? That's called leaving one on him.
Yeah, I guess as the away team, I guess
Yeah.
you're going to want to do that.
You know, when you
He'll be
just
all right.
leave your foot there and just make sure that you know.
It was a little bit more subtle than Emerson Royale was.
Yeah.
Did you think that was a red card?
Yeah, man, in 2022.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I must admit,
I'm
when
judging
I
it by
watched
now.
it in real time, I thought he might have been a bit harsh, but now I've seen it so many times. Yeah, it was right. Cool.
He looks all right, just hobbling. Marwin says, if Eddie gets 100k, which is too much, can't say 200 is out of reach for Saka. All right, let's say this contract stuff is true.
Look at this. Look. See that?
Yeah, I think it's a bit.
But
Vieira kind of puts his foot
yeah,
there.
he puts
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I think they met halfway really.
If Saka gets 200, what are we looking at for Martinelli? And it's got nothing to do with us. We have no part to play. But what do you think the ballpark is for Martinelli and Saliba?
Oh, Saliba. Saliba is levels. Martinelli, maybe 100k.
Oh,
I'll tell you what.
Eddie on 100k, I think Martinelli's
Arsenal
going to
need
want
to
more.
get that guy in the room, lock that key, done, not let him
Who,
come out and
Saliba?
do it.
Talking
Yeah.
about false imprisonment now. What's going on?
Forget a contract. Just put him in jail.
What is
No,
this?
but they really do need to
This
sort
is
that.
some mafia negotiations.
You ain't going nowhere.
You can just see what's going to happen, don't you?
Yeah, listen, I'm
Release
trying not to
clause.
think about it.
The agent would have
I'm
already
trying
been in
not
his
to think
ear.
about it.
The agent's probably saying, don't sign nothing yet.
The only
Innit?
reason I'm
100%.
worried,
If
I'm
the
not
agent's
as
doing
worried-
his job.
I'm not as worried about Martinelli because I don't think him or the agent or anyone would feel like he's been illed by Arsenal at all. But Saliba and his
That's-
agent,
yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what they think about these loan spells and the fact that he's only breaking into the first team now. They might be fine with it, they might not.
I would say that last year, it looked to me, some of the noises that were coming out of his camp that he wasn't happy.
Yeah, but bruv, there were noises saying that he didn't want to come back to Arsenal. There were all sorts of noises. And now, look, as soon as he comes back, he starts and he's got a song. You know, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we were reading so much and there was so much doubt over it. Arteta just came out and said, "No, I want him back. No, he's playing." And he walks into the starting 11. We all know that people love talking about Arsenal to try and unsettle players, man. That might have been one of them. Go on.
Come on.
Hit it. Hit it.
Oh,
Good save. That's a good save.
No, I think he hit the bar.
Is it?
I think he hit the bar. He should be burying that.
He should have
though.
scored one.
I thought the keeper, maybe I'm wrong.
Because that's actually classed as a shot off target.
Yeah.
The fact that,
Let's see.
because he did have a bit of time as well. Didn't he?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the
Did
bar.
it hit the bar?
That's the
Yeah,
bar.
it
That's the bar.
skimmed
That's
it.
the bar.
Good ball in by Tierney.
Yeah, that's what Tierney brings. That.
I need to change my contacts. That was nowhere near a save. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're in
Should have
contact
buried it.
Yeah, I'm not brave.
All right,
I'm not
next
brave
one's a
enough.
go. What'd you say?
I'm not brave enough to wear my glasses on screen just yet.
I've done that once years ago. Oh my God, it weren't on AFTV. And everyone was just like, "Where's Charlene going in them Harry Potter?" Because it's like black frames. I was like, never again.
So presumably the armbands are for the tragedy in Indonesia.
Yeah.
I think they had a silence for it before
Oh,
the
good.
kick-off as well.
Because that was tragic.
Madness.
It's outrageous, man.
127 people.
I think he went to 128, but yeah, right. That
30 odd of those were children.
From what I was hearing, the stadium was above capacity.
It was.
That should
4,000
that should
over.
not be happening in
Shouldn't be
2022. It cannot be happening. We need to
Especially
learn from
that
this.
apparently that was quite a high-profile game in that country. Two rival teams, and the stadium holds 38,000, and it was estimated that it was at least 4,000 or 5,000 over capacity. And then what made it even worse was
the home
police.
team lost it.
Yeah, but then what happened was there's a bit of a stampede caused by the police tear gassing people, which they're not allowed to use tear gas in stadiums. It's against FIFA rules. So the whole thing is just a real tragedy. So yeah, condolences, man. Anyone watching in that part of the world.
Yeah, to everyone affected by it.
On behalf of all of us, condolences to.
Is there no regulations in that?
Well, the regulations weren't followed because, like I said, as Sharoy said, it was overcapacity by 4,000. That's a lot of people.
That is.
And then the police now panicked, it would appear, started tear gassing people, and everyone's running. And
made the situation worse.
So sad.
Like Laurie said, thoughts go out to everyone affected by that.
What are you making of this first 10 minutes, man? I think it's actually been quite even.
Yeah,
well, we started off like a train, but they've had a bit more. They've had a bit more of the ball in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're just starting to pick up a little bit, but.
Yeah, they're not scared. They they're playing a few passes together. They're in our half.
True to their manager's word.
Yeah.
Oh, through the legs.
They've got the ball here near our corner flag. Oof. Good defending.
Good.
Is that holding?
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, that's
lovely
great.
Touch, Eddie.
Look at
lovely. Look at how quick he is.
Nice.
And the strength.
Keep
nice.
going,
That
keep
is
going.
brilliant.
That's the kind of
That
thing.
gym work's paying off.
That's the kind of thing Jesus been
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
isn't it?
That's it. Maybe Eddie Nketiah has been with Conor Ben's trainer, you know.
How did we turn that into losing the ball though? Like there was space in behind and he just played a great turn, but then he just played a tame ball and then he turns into the defender. It is what it is.
Oh, yeah, wonderful touch from Eddie.
Big up Daps. He says, great panel today. Love the calm people talking sensible stuff. And Turkish is a legend. Love for the love, my guy.
Love.
Big up to you.
Spirit.
Thanks for joining us.
Trust me, if I was on the watch along last Saturday or even this Saturday, I would not be this calm, man. I would not be
Yeah, it
this
was
calm.
crazy in here.
When that Xhaka goal went in, my brother had to look at me and go, listen, we've got neighbours, man. What's wrong with you? Sorry.
Oh, we had quite a big panel as well, didn't we? How many of us
yeah.
were there?
It was like a watch party, about 8 of
Yeah,
you.
literally.
Yeah.
We had Dan Aziz on, man. Shout out
Yeah,
to Dan. if he's
Yeah,
watching.
big up Dan. Dan and Dan.
Dan,
We
yeah.
had two Dans.
Dan Aziz, for those of you who don't know, boxing light heavyweight champion,
Undefeated.
undefeated,
Is it 11 matches?
17 now.
I was 17.
Yeah,
Sparring with James, according to what you lot were saying on the watch along.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a little session with James coming up.
I wonder how James's training's going.
We got a super chat from My Inner Turkish. He says, we're building a proper squad as you'll notice the chemistry amongst the B team. Previous years, the team's kind of clueless in the Cup and Europa League games, but now way better as they're pushing for first team football.
It's so true, and you could just see, like, everyone is just bonding and gelling. Like, we look so organised and structured, rather than everyone just running around like headless chickens.
The timer stopped production. Just the chat's there alerting. We'll get that fixed, people. We'll get that fixed. Just so you guys know, it is 13 minutes, 49 seconds over here, 50, 51, and you know the rest. You can align it up to that.
I thought you were going to keep going until the timer came back.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say what the score was.
Lovely ball.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
offside.
he's offside. Can't lie, I would have liked a bit more of a goal threat in the first 15 from us. Maybe I'm being a bit
Well,
greedy.
to be honest, Vieira should have scored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm honest with you, he really should have scored. But I know what you mean. Aside from that, it hasn't really been.
Ref?
Wee, what happened there?
What's happened to
What
Cedric
happened
these days then?
He's on the bench.
He
He just
was
came back.
He was injured. He just come back.
Okay.
He's on the
Oh,
bench.
he was injured then?
Yeah.
He's
But
on the
now
bench.
he's third choice right back. So
Yeah, because I was going to say it's not looking good for him right now.
Why, are you a big Cedric fan?
No, but I'm not like, you know.
yeah,
I guess I was more interested in finding out what's the situation because it would appear that he's not getting any game time anytime soon. But you've now told me he's injured, so that makes sense. But
I'd say League
he's the
Cup
kind
is
of
winning.
guy that probably in January is going to be looking to be moved on, isn't he?
Pre-season, I had no idea that there was any shout of Ben White going to right back.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it. I immediately thought, where does Saliba come in? Which one of those two gets dropped? I had no idea Ben White was going to go to right back, and I definitely didn't know he was going to do the job he has done at right back. You know,
It's a bit over.
that was a
Yeah.
poor ball.
What would you have liked to see at right back?
No, I'm happy with it. He's doing really well.
Yeah, I'm happy.
He's doing really well against some top quality wingers as well. You know, he did well against Zaha. I thought he did well against Son, even though Son's final ball has been off in recent weeks. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Looking at not just against us, but if you looked at them
In general.
in the Champions League, again, Son's
Frankfurt.
final ball was off, man. It will come back, no doubt, because the guy's quality. But long may it continue.
He's not far. He didn't sign a contract this summer. It was last summer he signed a contract, I think. Son. Jared says Sambi might need a loan move. Right now, he ain't it, to be honest. And Ash says Eddie is so much stronger than the past few years. That's definitely the turns that Eddie has added. That's something that's helped his game.
Yeah.
They're for sure. He's back to goal. He's back to a defender. He's managed to add a spin, a turn, some guile to it, and that's helped him a lot.
Get onto that, Marquinhos. Oh, he's offside.
On the offside there. Come on, Arsenal. 0-0, 17 minutes gone.
Same. Because the longer this goes,
That's not
0-0.
offside.
Just.
What's off? Like his upper body.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think the league needs to start using that Champions League method, because I haven't seen any VAR clearer than the way they do in the Champions League with that whole blue-white screen. And then I don't know why we just don't bring it in now. I know they tend to do at the beginning of the seasons, and I know this ain't the Premier League, but
Yeah.
I'd bring that in straight away. Bodo fans, huh?
They are loving life.
Yeah.
They are
Looking
loving
like
life.
bumblebees.
This is massive for them, though.
Yeah, man.
Emirates, Arsenal.
This is going to be an eventful train journey home.
Yeah. Regardless of the scoreline.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all going back to King's Cross, so I'll probably bump into a few of them.
Are you all?
Letting everyone know what direction you're heading in.
What would their allocation have been tonight, the fans?
I'm not sure, you know.
More than normal, though, isn't it?
I think for Europa League, is it more than normal?
I have no idea.
I think FA Cup is more than normal sometimes, but not too sure. If they pan out, we'll see, but
Looks like the stadium's pretty full, though,
yeah.
which is
I
good.
told you, I got queued out trying to get a ticket for this, man. It's the demand for Arsenal tickets this season is incredible. It's incredible.
It's because of how well we're playing. Everyone.
I was on a stream with
Getting back.
some Liverpool guys last night, Strifty and Coppish TV. I did some work with them yesterday, and I was saying to them that, and one of them at first, he was like trying to second guess it. I was saying, listen, man, when you come to the Emirates on Sunday, because one of them was going to the game, I said, you'll notice straight away that the atmosphere is on a different level to previous seasons. Yeah. And he was like, oh, I said, no, right, I'm telling you, trust me, it's a different place to see, especially if you guys come into town as well.
I'm surprised he was
Sunday.
disputing it. I thought that was just accepted by most rival fans.
I think that there's a common theory that Arsenal is not the most vibrant ground, isn't it?
Historically, I get that. But
Yeah.
this season, how
But
is
this-
anyone
yeah,
arguing?
So I was telling them that this, because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah.
have been this season. Being a
Maybe they don't
Liverpool
watch us like that.
fan. Yeah.
It started last season, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
actually started last season.
Yeah, definitely.
But I mean, you saw the scenes in the ground at Tottenham, the atmosphere was off the chain, man. Right from the start as well.
Go on. You've got space, you've got time.
Got options. That's it.
Go on,
Keep
Eddie.
running. Come on.
Far
You
post,
got
far post.
Martinelli. Oh.
Unlucky. Someone should be running in there.
Yeah,
I
Vieira
thought Eddie should have
maybe.
been there, man. That's where Eddie should be, really.
Yeah, well, he made the run, so.
Good ball.
turn,
Hit
turn.
it, hit it. Ah, you didn't have to take that long.
It's 'cause
Too many
he's-
touches.
he doesn't want to use his right.
All right, a little bit of sustained pressure.
Go on. Back to Tierney.
I'd have liked to have seen him put the cross in there.
Nice.
Oh, I should have played him. All right, reset. Back at Gabriel. Nicolas Pepe. I've been reading some stuff about him recently.
Well, you know what? He's one I haven't actually been following on, has he?
I think he's been dropped.
Really?
Really?
What?
Wow.
I think Ross Barkley played ahead of him the other day.
Nah.
Really?
The chat, can you just confirm that for me? Because that's what I read. Ross Barkley started ahead of Pepe the other day.
I know when he first came there, they were saying it was an issue with his fitness. And then he had a couple of games, he had a good run. I think he scored. And now,
Yeah, that's the last I pretty
Yeah.
much saw of him.
Someone said he's true Turkish, but someone else said he scored today.
oh, right.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to say this here. I was an admirer of Pepe, man. I thought he was a really talented player. Obviously, things didn't work out for him for whatever reason. I don't know. But listen, he is a good player. I've got no doubt about that.
Look, man, sometimes it's a system. Sometimes it could be anything, right? Sometimes a player, it doesn't fit Arsenal, goes away, and it works somewhere else. You know, and I really do hope that happens for him. But I think it's time. I think it's time. Arsenal.
Even last year in the African Nations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, done well. Fine.
Did well.
Great ball. Come on, Martinelli. Can we make something of this?
Shoot, man, shoot.
Oh, pull the trigger, someone. That was nice.
Yeah, you see, they're overplaying, man.
Great stuff,
That's
Eddie.
it. Oh, mate.
Could Eddie have gone down there?
Probably.
It's coming, Eddie.
You know when you think you're going to score, you'd rather score than... Yeah, well, Lacazette would rather go down than score. Yeah. If you're young and fresh, you want to score. Forget the little tap on my ankle.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But you know what it is as well, right? If you take the penalties, you're always going to want to go down.
Yeah,
I think he could have gone down there.
Yeah,
that was a wild swing of the leg. I think he could have gone down.
Right, let's see.
Oh no, maybe he
No,
fouled
because
him.
he clamped him.
Yeah.
Maybe
maybe
not,
he
yeah.
fouled him.
From the other angle, it looked like he smashed him.
Yeah, as I was saying, if you're taking the penalties, then
Yeah,
you're going to go down, aren't you?
3-12, yeah.
If you're not, then you're going to...
He would be today, wouldn't he? He'd be taking them today.
I would think
Potentially, yeah, unless Martinelli pulls rank
What about Xhaka?
and says I'm the...
I've seen him
I did
take
think
penalties.
Xhaka as well, but...
I've seen Xhaka take penalties before.
First time.
Oh,
Nice.
Go wide
nice.
now.
That was
Go
nice.
wide.
You got
Go on.
options either way.
Go wide.
Nice.
That's it, yeah.
Come on now, this has to be the
Shoot.
goal.
Yeah!
Oh, what
Get in!
Come on, Eddie.
Get in!
Come on,
Told you,
Eddie.
Eddie Nketiah is scoring.
Finish, finish.
We called it. Well done. Called it, mate. You got that go. And he deserves
Don't
it.
you have the 14 on your back right now?
I have got the 14. I'm
What
a bit
else
nervous to
is
turn
there? What
around. Shall I do a little spin?
Madness. Madness. Come on.
Woo!
Come
Eddie
on.
got his goal.
Who was the strike? Martinelli?
Nah, Tierney.
Was it Tierney? Okay.
Yeah, Martinelli made the run.
All right.
Tierney, I was thinking to myself, right, Tierney's confident. He's just taking it out of his feet and banging it.
Well, listen, he pinged one against Tottenham as well. It was a good
Watch
save.
this little turn from Martinelli. The little...
Yeah. Sorry.
Nice,
Not
I
even
like
turn, he just...
I thought he held on to it for a bit too long here.
Yeah, he probably did, to be honest, but he got it out of his feet. This was a
That's
strike.
a great hit.
Ooh,
That's a good finish, man.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
time it came out
Isn't
quick.
it?
It's
It
perfect
came
for
out
him.
quick. Whew. All right.
Perfect for him.
That's
Beautiful.
It. That's it.
That was a strike, Tierney.
That was a bullet.
Played.
Great
Played, Eddie,
reaction.
played.
What were the Bodo Glimt players complaining? They're complaining to the ref. What
Maybe
were
they're
they
trying to say offside, maybe, I don't know.
Really? Didn't seem offside to me by any stretch.
1-0, baby.
Yes. Come on.
Well deserved, man.
24 minutes in, it's 1-0. Eddie Nketiah gets his, first goal of the season? Yeah, first goal.
No, he scored in Zurich.
Yeah.
Scored
Oh,
in
yeah,
Zurich.
yeah, he
Marquinhos
did.
crossed
Yeah,
far
he
post.
did. Yeah, he did.
So what's that? Second goal?
Second goal. 2-2 in the Europa.
And an
That's
assist
what I
in
was saying,
the
man. These games are important for him. Get
Yeah,
him a
they're
score
massive.
sheet, get some, you know.
Do you think if he was starting in the Premier League, he'll be getting goals as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
be getting more
Yeah, I
than
think he
Broden.
Yeah. He'll be getting more than who?
A little private joke
Yeah.
or even bet that we were going to have.
Yeah, when Broja was linked to West Ham, me and Laurie were going to bet that Broja will get more for West Ham than Eddie does for
No,
Arsenal.
you bet.
Huh?
I was going to get that Eddie got more than Broja.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
yeah.
did you? Okay.
You was going to lose money. That's what you was
Nah.
going to lose. But the West Ham move didn't materialise for Broja, so here we are.
I reckon secretly you were like, Shh, I'm glad that didn't happen.
That was £100 one
It
as
was,
well, remember?
yeah. What's he doing at the moment, bro? Is he still at Chelsea?
Yeah,
man.
he came on for Oba the other day, I think.
Comes on every so often.
Yeah.
I think
See,
they want to.
not being funny, but you see what they brought over in, innit?
Yeah.
Who else
Broja's
was on the market for them to bring in?
No, that's what I'm saying. They needed
else
to
was
bring
there?
somebody in, though, because
Oh, they knew that. But the minute they were starting
Havertz
Kai
and
Havertz, that
Werner
often,
weren't doing it, Havertz is not doing it, and Broja's not ready yet, so... They spent all that money all over the pitch, man. You need the strikers.
apparently Nkunku's coming in as well.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
madness.
Yeah.
The amount of money these guys are throwing out, man.
Ash says, 21 goals in 41 starts as a backup. Respect him.
Who's that, Eddie?
But that sounds weird to me because 41 starts.
In all comps. Over what? 3 years?
and then some of his goals probably came off the bench as well. I think it's the wording. It's the wording. But yeah, 21 goals. Sean says, got to credit Ashburton and Army for the atmosphere. They're definitely a big part of it, without a shadow of a doubt. Holding on the ball, 25 minutes gone.
Robbie's new mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's Turner and Rob.
Poor touch.
Better than that
Bit of
Marquinhos.
lack of concentration there.
Did anyone else watch that NFL game?
Nah,
I didn't see it.
Well,
Oh, this
go
is
on.
promising. This is
Go on.
promising.
Oh, go on, take a shot.
Oh, too much.
Why is Eddie in his way though?
Yeah, that's true.
What's he doing?
Did Eddie think he was going to pass it to him?
I think Eddie realised he was
Maybe
offside as
some
well, so that's
Oh,
why
could
he's
have been that,
because I
yeah.
think Eddie knows he's offside if he touches it here.
No, but he's calling for the pass and then he's...
That's
yeah.
the thing. And
think
that
he thought
actually
he was gonna
diverts-
get the
that
pass,
actually
you know.
diverts his run though, because of the fact that Eddie's coming towards him. He feels like he has to go out wider.
And Vieira's left-footed, no?
Yeah.
So he probably would have wanted to angle his body a bit better than that.
Should really have been two, though.
Yep. It's all right. Maybe we can rectify it now.
We will.
Is
Let's
it?
go.
All right. If this goes in, I'm asking you for the lottery numbers. I'm telling you.
Good corner. Good delivery.
Headed out, back to Vieira.
Good work. And again. That's
Nice,
it.
Vieira.
Go on, end of it.
Nice! Nice! Rob Holding!
That is a great ball.
Do you want
That
the
is a
lottery
great-
numbers?
That was
Do you
a
want
ball.
them?
Yes, I
That
do.
was a ball.
That is a great ball.
Yeah, that delivery.
That is a
was-
great
2-0.
Hairline holding.
God.
And you know what as well, what was good about that, the corner was very good as well. That was well taken. Ball come out,
Yeah.
and he's pinged another one. And
Right,
Holding.
Rob Holding.
Good touch as well. He brought it down.
That's
If the defender was in front of him. Well, the
Oh,
refs.
they're looking at something apparently.
Oh, what
Well,
they
the guy
checking?
did go down, so let's hope he's not. Nah, he's tripped
Nah,
up.
bollocks.
Yeah.
Get up, man.
That's nothing.
It's just,
Look at this corner. Great delivery.
yeah, but
Yeah.
just no one was in that position for us.
But this is great feet and then immediate delivery. Look,
Nice.
bang, thank you. Or is he off?
No, he's
No,
on-
he's
not
holding,
onside.
not holding. Yeah, fine.
He did have hands on him,
Woo!
but hopefully the ref knows this is soft.
Great header as well by Holding. It's a great goal. Actually.
Nice. That little shimmy is just.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a beautiful header.
Bouncing off his new hair.
But you see what we were saying earlier? People were talking about Martinelli's numbers, but we were saying we're getting goals all over the pitch, man.
Exactly.
Centre-backs
That's
are
what
coming
we
up
need.
with set-piece goals, you know what I mean? Ooh,
Yeah,
given.
yeah,
Thank you.
given.
2-0.
I
Lovely.
think so too.
Bodo kick off again. Diallo says Eddie has matured physically, mentally, and technically. I'd agree with that as well.
Yeah,
Couldn't agree more.
Agree with
100%.
that as well.
I think the whole
I would
team,
go as far
everyone
as
just
to say that's
seems
what I
more
expect, though,
focused.
to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. We expect more development
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's not the end.
What minute are we on? 28.
It's a long way back for these guys now.
And you get the
Yeah,
feeling that if they
yeah.
open up, then we're just going to start
Yeah,
picking them off,
yeah,
innit?
yeah.
They might not want to do that right now.
I'm glad Vieira got an assist there as well.
Bro, he's
Yeah.
contributed in pretty much all the games he's played in.
Yeah.
We'll get a goal as well.
But again, he's one of those players that really, when it comes to it, he knows who starts in that position, man. And it's Odegaard.
Yeah. But from the not reviews I'm hearing about Vieira, but from the opinions I'm hearing from certain people out there, journalists and a bit of research, we've got a good player on our hands, so he could push Odegaard.
Who was it? You did a box-to-box with someone that said he used to watch Vieira a lot. I can't remember.
Jack Fulham.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And
Because he lived in Portugal
That's the
last
one.
year, so he said Vieira's definitely one to look out for.
Yeah.
There's no agenda there. He's just a Fulham fan that just
Exactly.
lived in Portugal for a little while and said, yep. Must be sat in there for us to pay that money when you look at how many games he started last year. Very few. But his numbers were amazing for the games he played.
How much did we pay for him?
30 mil.
Oh, okay.
My favourite type of signing as well, where you just wake up and you go, what?
Yeah.
No idea that was
Yeah.
coming.
That's
Yeah.
how it was growing up.
Yeah.
You wake up and someone will be through the door.
One of many reasons I love talking to Chris Hudson, man. He tells me about transfers that I'm obviously too young to remember. And he's like, yeah, one day you get home from work or whatever, you see it on teletext, or you pick up the paper the day after at
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
and I'm like, bloody hell, man, now we're sitting here, we've got Transfer Daily, we got Twitter, we got all these ITKs.
It used to be teletext, and then you'd want to go get the paper the next day to read about it because there's nothing else. And I put a lot of young ones out there saying, well, you didn't go, there was no Google, there was no smartphone, there was Nokia 3210s and 3310s, and there was just about Snake on them phones, let alone
that was my favourite game.
God,
that's mad.
Snake 2 changed the game when you could go through the walls, bro. That was something else.
Oh, yeah.
That was mad.
There was a calling service as well, I remember, but you call us a number to some like club hotline and then they'd give you some information.
Really?
But even that was just, it was very different times now. Oh, yeah, you can. Can we get another Pepsi Max, please?
Make it 2, please.
I'm the host here, mate. I'm parched.
You know, I wouldn't mind a cheeseburger as well whilst you're at it, if it can be facilitated.
And a bowl of fruit.
Ash says, let's get... You hear my throat?
There's some water there, Turkish. That'd probably be
I need
better.
Pepsi. Ash says, let's get free quick and take Xhaka off. I agree. And he says, Vieira looks for the killer passes. Odegaard dictates the tempo. Yeah, they are very different.
Who do you bring on if you take Xhaka off?
I was just about to say that. Why are we taking Xhaka off?
Who do you bring on? I know why we're taking
rest.
him off, because he's very important. But
what's this Catalan guy and Smith? What position do they play? I don't know, but yeah.
You'd like to think it's that position.
Get it.
On Ash's point about Vieira and Odegaard, I remember when we first bought Vieira, I looked at the differences between him and Odegaard, and a lot of Vieira's assists and balls come into the area he just put on for holding, whereas Odegaard in that position centrally tends to go for the wingers cutting into the box.
Shorter passes as well.
Shorter passes into a Saka or a Martinelli, whereas Vieira's looking for the middle.
Nice.
Someone running onto it. Holding's hair plugs kept that under the bar.
He looks totally different.
No.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Oh,
unlucky.
That would have been a lovely pass.
Lovely attempt. Good stuff, Eddie.
That's
Love it.
Run it back.
Ref, handball, thank
handball.
you. Can we get Vieira standing over this free kick? Or is it going to be another Xhaka boom?
Give it to Vieira, man. No one pull rank, just give it to him, man. Let's just see what he's about.
Wait. Is that a handball?
Yeah, that's what they're giving it for, and they booked him for it.
What, his left hand?
Yeah. His left arm.
Because it looked like it hit his stomach.
We couldn't see his left arm from that angle.
He cleared it, bounced back, and then he kind of...
Pronounce that name.
Wembembeng.
Let me say it.
Wembangama.
Let me see.
Wembangama. That was my read.
You can't take me for Cecil here. Let me see what this name is saying. Ask Cecil to say it or butcher it.
He'll just say Abami.
Oh, Wembangomo. Yeah, man, that's all right.
Oh, is that?
Too bad.
Okay.
That's not too bad.
Where is he from?
Wembangomo.
Cameroon? Name like that. Where's he from? Cameroon?
He's from Norway.
Is he?
Yeah, Norwegian
is
flag
he?
next to him, yeah.
Of what extraction?
You're asking too much.
Extraction, you know.
I need half time for that research.
Oh, anything else you want
Xhaka's
to
lining
know?
this one up. Xhaka, that is a left foot side.
Come on, I would love nothing more than a Xhaka boom into the top left-hand corner.
Innit?
Yeah, I won't be able to take this one.
I reckon Xhaka's going to pull rank and take it. He's got the eyes for goal now, hasn't he?
Who else is that? Martinelli as well.
Yeah.
To be honest, it probably suits Martinelli. Maybe go low into that bottom corner. I don't think I think the space is there. I don't think the rules set up well.
Oh my days! He was listening. He was listening.
Got a deflection.
That was going in, you know.
Got a deflection.
That was going in for the...
It's going in a little bit.
Back like we never left, people. Hopefully the audio is blessed. Let me know in the chat. We've got another corner coming up as well.
That's it. Marquinhos has that North London fade now as well, man.
How many Brazilians are in the squad now? There's quite a few, isn't there?
Is
Yeah.
Marquinhos Brazilian?
Yep.
Yeah.
All in?
Brazil.
We've got the 3 Gabbies, obviously.
Then you got a couple
No one
Portuguese
back
man in there as well. So
Yep.
that was,
That's a foul. Silly foul to give away.
yeah,
No
he
need for it.
didn't need to do
No
that.
need for it.
Are we good, people? Are we good? Yeah, all good, all good. Goal kick to Bodo. 35
Yeah, you got
minutes gone.
the Brazilians, and you got a couple Portuguese man in there, Cedric Vieira and them. Man.
If you look at, I mean, Martinelli and Vieira are super close now from what we can see. Like, they get along like a
Yeah,
house
yeah,
on
it's true,
fire, man.
actually.
And that might be the language thing, but I mean,
Who's that, sorry?
Martinelli and Fabio Vieira.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean Brazilians who speak Portuguese, so yeah.
Similar age as well. I think.
Cedric's in there, and then you got
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Gabriel Magalhães, Gabriel Jesus, Edu, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Who knows? Maybe Douglas Luiz soon as well, isn't it?
well, who knows?
There's a few
That'd be a nice
interesting
addition.
free transfers coming up next summer. Usually it tends to be over the hill players, but I think look, Tillemans is one, Douglas Luiz is another.
Oh! Oh!
Tierney wants one. You know.
madness today.
Tierney wants a goal, mate.
Don't blame him.
Talking to Tielemans, they said his form's picked up in recent weeks.
I've been watching.
Oof,
It's
that
difficult. You
Oh,
know
that
what?
was-
It's difficult
that
to
looks
tell
like a
whether
shot
it's
I would
because Maddison and Barnes have started firing again as well. Sometimes it looks as though your form has picked up because the players around you are playing a lot better. But
I'm a fan of Maddison, you know. I've been saying that from time.
I thought Newcastle were going for it. What happened with that in the summer? Didn't they put in a
They
bid?
put a 60 mil, I think, Leicester
And it got knocked
rejected,
back?
Yeah. Wait, is Maddison on his last year?
I don't know.
We were linked with him, weren't we? Oh,
Go on,
he's
Eddie.
nicked it.
Go on, Eddie.
Go
Go
on,
on.
come on,
Oh,
Eddie, you
oh,
gotta finish
oh.
this.
No.
That was Eddie.
You know what? He was in two minds there. You could see that. He was
Yeah.
thinking, shall I shoot or shall I pass?
He waited too long.
He did.
Love, thank you.
Many thanks for the drink.
The show goes on, people. I've
Can
got
I
my
get one,
Pepsi.
please, Laurie? Pepsi Max.
There you go.
Thank you very much. Oh, cold.
They are.
Chris, they sorted me out. Thank you.
Bodo Glimt on the attack. Oh, it's promising
Okay.
for them.
Well left.
A bit wasteful.
Well left. Matt Turner's another one I get in the chat, you know.
Say it again.
Matt Turner's another one I get in the chat. They go from the side, this guy looks like Matt Turner. I'm like, oh, how many players are
You
there?
look like Matt Turner.
Apparently, yeah, from side.
Really?
I think it's just a long face.
Maddison contract expires in 2024. Thanks for that. But yeah, that means next year he's on his last year. So things are kind of unraveling over there at Leicester, man.
Madison's quality, though.
Gets goals, man. Gets goals. He's one of those
Goal
players that
scoring
is just so
midfielder.
unfortunate with his injuries because if he could stay fit.
I
last
think he should be in the
last
England
season he
squad.
was fit for the majority. He had his best season. If he has
I'm-
another one this year,
I'm one of those who think he should be on the plane.
I think 100%.
He should be.
I think
Whether he
100%.
will or not, not sure.
Sometimes recently I've been looking at the England squad and just thinking, why so many defenders? Like, you're looking at the
Yeah.
squad and the defender section is like that. Then it goes
Yeah.
midfielders, striker.
I know. Was it like 11 defenders or something?
I don't know how.
And it's crazy because there's so much attacking talent in that squad. That's the thing. Like I'd get
Yeah.
it if we weren't leaving really, really good attacking players out, but it just makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, but with England, you could almost pick like 2 or 3 teams, isn't it, of the talent they've got. They should be,
Better than they are.
yes, 100%.
But yeah, I'm with you. Madison should definitely be on
Oh,
for
you
the
see-
past 12 months.
Yeah. Like I said, I would have taken him at Arsenal. I remember when we got, who's
Oh,
this?
who's making a run like that? Is that
Oh, that is
Martinelli?
nice.
That was Martinelli. That was
I
Martinelli.
like
Marquinhos
that.
look for Tommy on the overlap.
Oh, not bad.
Marquinhos wanted the goal.
Yeah.
Got the
Sometimes I
corner.
don't
He's got the
mind that,
corner.
man. Sometimes I like.
No, I
pushing
like
outside
that.
the box.
I like that. What I don't like is to see people hold on to that for too long, get dispossessed, and then you have attack transitioned
yeah.
immediately into defence.
Yeah.
At least if he shoots and it goes into Rose, you can come back and reset, can't you? You know, I don't like to see players overplaying.
That's what Partey
Leave
usually
the
makes
ball.
sure of. Rose, let's get back.
Yeah, exactly.
He's worked his way down now.
Until it's Tottenham and then it's, yeah, we'll put this one
It's
top
on
bins.
point.
Vieira with the corner.
See if he can. Oh, that's good delivery again to the far
Yeah,
post.
that was a nice
Oh,
ball again. He whips it.
Should he have done better there? That was a really good ball in.
See
he's
again.
not noted for his heading, Eddie. Though. Should have done better. You
He
know.
gets there.
I think you're right.
It looked like the player that jumped in front of him either put him off,
Yes.
scared him a bit, or maybe his eye line was
Bodo
skewed.
Glimt fans are making a night out.
Yeah, they're enjoying.
Yeah, you got to rate it, man.
They're bouncing, boy.
we're doing well though, picking it up. We can finish this off in this half if we get another one.
So.
And it's coming now.
Nice.
Oh, here we go.
Go on.
Oh,
Man.
Nice, Tommy. Who is that? Sambi?
Yeah.
He needs to just pick up the ball and turn. And that pass back to Tommy is just useless. This is the game for him to play. This is Bodo, my guy. Like, this is the game for you to...
No, but to be fair, what role is he being deployed in there? Just holding, isn't it?
Oh, my days.
Xhaka's about to get booked.
What did he do?
Cynical. He got dispossessed, thought he'd been fouled. It wasn't given, so when the player was coming back, he just sticks his leg out.
I think he put his hand out.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
Just as we was praising you, Xhaka.
It's not the end of the world, though.
It's not the end of the world, but
Just got to be careful.
That's why I prefer him in our half a lot more than I prefer him in the previous position, because of moments like that. At least in our half, it's like, cool. You take risks, and sometimes it doesn't pay off. In your own half, you cannot.
The only problem about giving away a silly booking like that, though, is that for the rest of the game, especially in playing in midfield, we're expected to put tackles in. If he puts one misjudged tackle in again, that's him off.
I think if we get a third before half time, he might actually come off at half time.
Yeah, I'd say so. But like I said, I don't know. Like you asked a good question for who. So maybe those young ones, maybe one of them. Chat, Catalin and Smith, what position do they play in, please? Yes, don't tell me I should have done my research. I should have, but in reality, it is what it is. Which one? Both of them. Confirmation, midfielders. So yeah, Xhaka can come off.
You won't want to.
Let's get a couple more goals first.
Question here from Debo. Thoughts on the bigger era? Fergie Wenger or Pep Klopp? I don't think it's a question.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't
might
think
be
it's a
biased
question.
because it's the era that I grew up in, but
Even
Fergie
outside
Wenger for
looking
me,
in, I
mean,
think. Outside looking in, I don't think.
No, you
I mean,
can't.
look at the number of trophies these guys won head to head. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Klopp or that Liverpool side, but how many league titles has he got in this Klopp Pep rivalry? You know.
Mm-hmm.
You want
Whereas in 7 years, it was 4 titles for United,
again.
3 for Arsenal. There was a
That's
treble
good
winning
delivery.
team for United, and there was an invincible side for
yeah.
Arsenal. Yeah, it's Fergie, Wenger, Keane, Vieira, all of that. No contest for me.
Oh.
Go on! Hit it!
Someone just take a shot.
Yes!
Oh,
Oh!
does that look like it was going in from here, man?
Unlucky.
We've had chances, man. This could have been 4. Fabio.
I like how Vieira, sometimes he gives the keeper the eyes. His goal against Brentford, he gave the keeper the eyes, and then
He
went near
He's
post.
I don't
got to
think
be
he's
going
right,
to
is
the
it?
opposite post there, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's actually the harder shot.
Yeah, that's what. Remember against Brentford when he was outside the box? It looked like he was gonna go far and went near. And I think that went in off the post.
They did. Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
Good press.
This playing out from the back for them, man.
Not working.
It's not working, is it?
It's not easy to play out from the back against
It's
us
not.
anymore, man.
Isn't it?
First 11 or
We
second
are
11.
levels.
That was reminding me of us playing at the back in 2019.
That's it.
And we would check and oh my god. Czech passed it out once. Just passed it out for a corner kick.
I can't understand when teams do this, I really can't. You haven't got to do it every single time, you know what I mean?
They got out of there.
They did on this occasion, but they nearly conceded a goal a couple of minutes.
Yeah, true.
Especially if you're 2-0 down, I mean, come on now.
It could be going over, isn't it?
Yeah. I get it, you're trying to stick to your beliefs, but you've also got to introduce a level of common sense to your play as well, innit? You've got to know when and when not to do it.
Laurie, you didn't put the heating on today.
I did, but
Bit
it's
chilly.
on timer.
Oh, is it?
Sounds like he got the memo. He's there with the hoodie zipped up, man. He's all right.
Exactly.
He's all right.
Oh.
When it goes on, these men complain that it's too hot. When it's off, now everyone's complaining too. Oh,
I think it's just me and you that like the heat.
how is it?
Yeah.
I like the heat.
1 minute added on. 45's up.
Yep, into added time, 1 minute, like Sheree said.
Turner had to make a save?
No, he hasn't. It went wide.
So yeah, I mean, what, first 10 minutes we thought we could have had a bit more, but now we've created enough chances to
Controlling
make it 4
the
or
game.
5,
Yeah. I think so. Eddie should have done better with one. Vieira should have done better with a couple.
Oh, this.
Cutting in there, block, but I think.
Oh,
Who's this? Gab?
That much, yeah.
Worked out in the end.
tell me, I say that shirt's too big for you, man. Remember a couple of seasons ago, the footballers were wearing skin-tight shirts. They're not doing that now, have you noticed that?
You know what? I think it depends on the kit manufacturer as well. Like I remember our Puma ones.
Half-time.
Like I bought a couple of those Puma ones, and I was like, "Yeah, I can't wear this.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
tube top, bro. This is
The Puma ones were they were well fitted.
yeah. Good half. I mean, could have
Yeah.
got more goals,
Really
but good
good
half.
Yeah, good half.
Can't complain about a 2-0 at half time. And look, Rob Holding's still not happy with it. He's still talking.
We want more, lads.
Yes, we do.
100%, man. Get a few more goals.
He's saying, I can't wait to tell Robbie about my header.
Tell Robbie
Yeah. No,
where he got his hair from.
That was a quick 45 because Maxius just said that, and I think the same. That first half just whizzed by.
That's
Yeah,
because they're playing.
literally.
Things are going well, you see.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? When
things
at
are
the
not
North
going
London
well for
derby,
you, 45
sometimes
minutes
I'm looking
could
at that clock, and I'm just like, how has that only been 10 minutes? But
Yeah,
it feels
yeah.
like it's been a decade.
Yeah.
So good first half, Arsenal. No complaints. I think second half is about maybe taking Xhaka off, Martinelli too, maybe. Obviously, we've got Liverpool, a massive game this Sunday, and them two are going to hopefully play a massive part in hopefully a massive win. But that we'll talk about that in the not so distant future.
So what are you saying? Take them off at half time?
I think the game it's not done now because even at the end there you saw Bodo have a couple of attacks, a ball into the box, a shot that's blocked. But I think even without Xhaka and Martinelli, we should still be confident, let alone at 2-0 up.
Yeah.
So I think maybe give them 10, 15.
Yeah, that's
20
what I'd do,
max in
just to
this.
see how Bodo come out second half.
I want to see Reece Nelson though.
Yeah,
I
I'd
wanna see
love
Reece
to see Reece
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Anyone revisiting their predictions? Or you still think we might concede?
I'm thinking we might keep a clean sheet if we carry on like this.
I'll stick to, I'm not a fan of revisiting predictions, so I'll stick with my full one. But listen, we're going to send it over to James and Cecil for half-time. Send in your thoughts, comments, all of that, people. Do you want to see any subs? Do you want Xhaka to be protected considering he's got a yellow and we've got Liverpool on Sunday? Let us know in the chat, and James and Cecil will go through all of your comments, people. Love for the love. We'll be back for the second half.
Peace.
And we are over at the half time, joined by James. What's going on, everyone? How's everyone in the comments? Let us know how you're feeling. 2-0 at half time. I know you got some thoughts to speak on, James, from what you took from the first half. But listen, comfortably seems like it's 2-0 from Arsenal. Good goals taken as well.
Yeah, it's 2-0. It's fairly comfortable. I don't think we've been scintillating. I don't think we've been outstanding. But we don't need to be there, nor should we really expect a team that coming together aren't used to playing with each other week in, week out to be brilliant. I mean, we saw actually the big difference in performance between the second team and the first team out in Orlando, when we were seeing kind of when Arteta was making the changes, the difference when he kind of goes for the second, what is currently the second team. However, there was still some really lovely moves. I think there's still some really good performances out there to be happy with, and generally it's just been kind of going to plan. Like if you're writing a script, you'd want an Eddie goal because it's good for him.
Always seems to pop up with a goal, Eddie Nketiah, especially these competitions. Very much doing what all he can in the sense of getting, when he gets his opportunity, getting his goal, being involved. You were very impressed with how well he was pressing in that first half.
Yeah, I was actually. That was something I said was, I mean, I won't say quite what I said because I was probably overdoing it, but basically I asked, I essentially asked where Eddie's pressing compares to Jesus's, and whether he might even be better at pressing than Jesus. And you obviously got to look at the opposition and all that, and that of course plays a part. But he really does have a knack for getting close to keepers, nearly getting in front of me. I can already think of 3 goals. The Leeds goal last season, we got in front of the keeper. The Chelsea goal,
ones,
one against Southampton in Project Restart when he pressed them. and put it in the back of the net, and he's done it just quite a few times. He's very, very good at pressing.
He's one of those strikers who picks up a lot of goals from over pressing players and making them forcing a mistake. So he's good at what he does in that sense.
There were a few moments in that first half where he got in front, and like as you're watching, you're like, I didn't realise Eddie was that close to him. But he's very good at just timing his movement, waiting for that first touch to be taken, and pouncing on it. So he's having a very good half. He showed his strength. He showed a very good finish, because when that ball comes to you, you know, he's always alert, because when Tierney has that effort at goal, it's, you know, really he's hoping it goes in the back of the net, because he wants Eddie to score. He'll want his teammate to score and us to be 1-0 up. But the way it's bounced back, he doesn't have very long to react and almost like just guide it in, kind of redirect the ball low, you know, into the back of the empty net.
Very
he
strong
did that very well.
Yeah,
So
you spoke about strength as well of Eddie Nketiah. You could see he's very strong on the ball as well. He wasn't letting anyone kind of weights him off the ball. Nice to see from Eddie Nketiah. He's improved a lot on his all-round game, in my opinion. I'm very happy with what I've seen from Eddie Nketiah. Something I do want to mention is Marquinhos as well. A bit of a slow start from him, and I want to touch on Nelson as well, because I really want to see him get a few minutes in this game. Reece Nelson, hopefully Arteta does make that change. I think we kind of spoke about if we get one more goal and notch into 3-0, you might see that change. But Marquinhos, I think he slowed down the game a little bit. I don't want to be too harsh on him. Still a young player, still obviously getting his feet in this first team, especially in these cup competitions. But yeah, Marquinhos, someone I do look for in the future and think he'll be a good talent. But this game so far, started the first half, not to the level I would like to have seen what we saw back against Zurich.
He was better against Zurich. There's no doubt he was better in the Zurich game. Now let's see what we get out of him in the second half. I think, look, he's 19. He's very young, so we've got to be fair about that. However, let's talk about the things he has done really well. I think his ball retention's good.
Yep.
I think he's actually very good when he wants to take a man on. It's not happened. He's actually quite good at looking after the ball, twisting and turning whichever way he's got to kind of eventually find the man he's looking for. Often Tomiyasu dropping in, or Vieira. So I think he does that side of things very well. He's quite mature in that sense. He's not trying to do too much. He's not trying to overcomplicate it. Having said that, as you know, my criticism comes in, you know, we're 2-0 up now. We were 2-0 up for a lot of that half.
Yep.
Just go and show, you know,
go and enjoy yourself.
play,
Run at your defender.
Have a go. Maybe he's not as. Maybe his game isn't to be ultra direct. Maybe he is a little bit more of a slow it down, drag players, open up, you know, pass it to the player in space. I don't know. Maybe he wants to manipulate space and be a little bit more creative out on the right rather than just direct and running at people. I don't know, because we didn't see an out-and-out winger's performance in that first half. But maybe, again, we said he's 19. This is his first start at the Emirates Stadium. This is actually his first minutes at the Emirates Stadium. So let's have that context and let him, you know, grow into it. Hopefully the second half we'll see a little bit more. I don't see any reason why he should have to come off either. I think he should basically see out the game. And I hope he does, because I think as it goes on, he'll get more confident. So yeah, I think that there's nothing to dislike about his performance. There's just, it's not got us off our feet in the way the Zurich did.
Definitely.
And the Zurich, but I will say the Zurich performance was a level above what I expected from him as well. So
okay, interesting. Now, we will get to super chats. Big up everyone sending super chats in. This is a half-time cutaway.
His work rate was great as well. Sorry, I've just been Marquinhos' work rate.
He was pressing as well very hard, and so he should be
covering at fullback when they played in.
At that age as well, he has a lot of energy in that tank. He should be doing the pressing as well as like what we said about Eddie Nketiah. We'll get to super chats. I do want to ask you definitely a question though before we kind of get to that section of this halftime show. Who are you going to be looking out for this second half? Who's a player that you are going to be keeping a close eye on? And I'll give you mine. More than obviously the rest of another player, the rest of the team.
I think it probably is Marquinhos.
Is it?
I want to see more. Yeah, I really like players like Marquinhos. Or supposedly direct wingers who I think they play the most exciting position in the game, in my opinion, because they can get into loads of goal scoring positions. They can create. They can do damage from wide. They've got flair. So I always enjoy watching. That's why if Reece Nelson comes on, he's one I'm also going to be excited to see kind of how he's developed over a year. I think that one player we haven't mentioned from that first half was Vieira, and it's been mentioned here by Sumo85.
Lots in the comments. I see people saying Vieira's name. Just quickly before we touch on him.
He's brilliant.
Player I'll be looking at will be actually Nelson if he comes on, but I'll be keeping a close eye on Matt Turner. I'm still undecided.
Okay.
Still undecided with
well,
him.
yeah, I don't have to do anything. So
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be interesting. If he's gonna get a moment where he's gonna have to make a save in this game, I'm sure there might be a big moment that he's gonna have to really step up. And I want to see if he can handle that pressure. And also, I'll be looking at his distribution as well, because something that if he does get an opportunity to be in the first team, if say God forbid something happens to Ramsdale, he's going to have to fill big shoes there, and especially in playing out from the back, and also big moments and
he
big
seems
saves.
composed enough.
But yeah, let's discuss Fabio Vieira, because obviously we saw the goal from Rob Holding. We saw Fabio Vieira give it the old knee slide.
That was funny, yeah.
And Holding just be like, yeah, mate, and pick him up.
You know what?
But it was a good ball. Good ball. My bad. Good ball from Fabio Vieira.
It was a great ball, actually, because when it comes out, he's got to take a good first touch so that the defender coming to him doesn't nick it.
True.
And then he kind of almost threatens to go the other way, comes back onto his left, and very quickly, it's not like he had loads of time to pick his spot.
Yeah.
He has to take the touch, do the shimmy, get onto his left foot, and then whip the ball at a good height, good pace. It's got so much pace on it, and it's at such a good angle that Rob Holding guides it. I'm not saying it's not a great header, it's a very good header. Very good header.
Bottom corner.
But he's used the whip that Vieira got on that ball very well. And we're 2-0 up. I think Vieira needed that moment because it's a sign of his creativity. Did he get an assist I know he got a goal in the Brentford game. Did he get an assist? I'm trying to think.
In the Brentford game
he played it to Eddie, who put it on a plate for Marquinhos. But he's shown that ability to play really
intricate, good balls. Because there was when he first made his debut as well. He started off a bit slow, but there was a ball he played. Honestly, it was super. It was between two players, straight into the box, straight into Jesus, and I was like, okay, fair enough, you don't have the greatest game, but you definitely have an eye for a pass, like a really killer eye for it. And he's got quality there, which I think it's gonna bode so well for Arsenal.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Bodo for us so well. I was like, yeah.
Very good. Hey. How good. Don't you love the halftime show?
So good.
Let me just go through some comments, and then we'll get through super chats as well.
Yes.
Beauty Star says, "What is the use of Sambi? Slow sideways." I think that's really harsh. I think first of all, Sambi isn't really a holding midfielder. He's a little bit more box to box. He's got a little bit more flair about him, and I think his job is to keep things ticking. You know, this isn't a team they're trying to play Bodo, but at the same time, having a lot of ball in their half, he's keeping things ticking. I think the onus is on Xhaka, Vieira, and the forwards to maybe be creating things. And Sambi, I think, is doing fine. He's not doing anything wrong, so nothing to worry about there. Kat Matson says Marquinhos just needs to relax. He's doing well. I agree with that. I think just enjoy it. We'll go out and enjoy it.
I think I'll at halftime and say to him, get out your fullback, because you haven't seen him really push it and run or burn it past. He's kept the ball when it's come over to him. But do you think you're going to say, enjoy yourself a bit more?
Or if you're not or if you're not necessarily running at your man, then make runs and beyond. I don't know, just mix it up a little bit. But I think, listen, I've never played anywhere near this level. Anywhere, not nowhere near. But I've played
Football Manager.
I've played Football Manager, and trust me, the pressure of the Europa League groups is but I've played. You've had it where you played for your second team at school, and then you get called up for your first team, and you think, oh, this is a big deal, or one game has slightly more pressure than another, and your thought process is, let me just keep this sensible and get through it. Sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's Ali's into it, and over time you kind of feel yourself into it. So,
which I think now he should have the authority to do that. It's 2-0 up.
I'd hope in the second
enjoy
half,
yourself. Let's go. Mikel Arteta should put his arm around him and say, listen, go and enjoy yourself. Go and run at your defender. Go and get the headlines.
Absinthe Moon says, I hope to see Catalan Kurjan play. I hope so too, because he's a player that we've been excited about. I think he had a long-term injury. I might be wrong. So he's taking a while to get back to fitness. We've not seen him get those minutes, but he's on the bench now, so I really hope he does. Turner is fine, says Martin.
Go on quickly.
Go on.
Sorry, it made me laugh. This comment here.
Do you want to read out?
Harry Potter and Will Smith strike again. We're back for your halftime show. Big up everyone in the comments.
Maybe we should call that a halftime show.
Harry Potter and Will Smith.
What else have we got? Let's go through super chats. Casey asks, would you take Locatelli for Sambi plus money? Locatelli is undoubtedly a better player than Sambi Lokonga right now, but yeah, probably. But I quite like Sambi Lokonga. I don't know. How's Locatelli doing at Juve? I know Juve haven't been doing great.
I don't know. Would he demand more in the sense of he might probably want to be playing first team football right now? Sambi Lokonga's not a first team player right now. He's there for really cover. So it's interesting.
I think Locatelli could be a brilliant number 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. Even though he didn't play there for Italy, but I think he's been playing there more now recently. Dean Redcliffe says, shout out to Don Robbie, Don Turkish, Charlene, and Danny Ceballos.
Called Laurie Don Robbie Jr.
Oh, is that what it was? I didn't even realise.
Laurie is actually Don Robbie Senior. actually. He is, yeah.
Don Laurie.
He's a senior.
Peter says Arteta influence. Holding was bald. Now he's had a haircut. Trust the process. Very good. You guys really, you really want to get those kind of. Fair enough. Trust the process. What have we got? LT says, I agree. Nketiah is a better presser than Jesus. Relentless and causes players to make a mistake. Also very good at being in the right position at the right time. He's definitely got an instinct, and
Yeah, he does.
He just knows where to be. I think that we're coming back for the second half any second. Jack says, watching the match and the halftime whistle goes, and the commentary says, and the Premier League leaders are getting the job done. Sounds amazing. Yeah, it does sound good, to be fair.
Also top of our group right now as well in the Europa League.
That's true. Says, I want to see Fabio take control of the game. I think he's growing into that, to be fair to him. Giuseppe says, big up J and
C.
J and C. Oh, sorry. I was thinking, who's C Tierney? Big up J and C, Tierney and Nketiah and Tommy. Yeah, they've been excellent. I completely agree. I think there's one more. Diallo says Marquinhos. He's saying he's not showing that kind of flair that we used to see him. But I mean, that will come. Give him time.
Yeah, confidence. But once he gets into it. But
Yeah.
right, is that it for this?
I think that's it. We're going to go back to guys on the sofa. The second half's about to kick off. So yeah, catch you at full time.
See you soon, people.
We are back.
We are back.
Laurie's getting ready.
That's it. Laurie with the layers.
What repping Jamaica?
Laurie with the layers.
That you going with?
Wardrobe change,
Yeah, I've had a wardrobe change as well. I'm a bit chilly.
Although I might have to put my coat back on.
Martinelli
with a bright
He's
start.
Xhaka!
Good save.
I'll give it to Xhaka. He went with his right as well.
Good save.
You could see he was thinking
Good
about
save.
it.
Wow.
That is a fast start.
Martinelli's like a Duracell battery boy. Look, he just picks up speed quick.
It is mad. I mean, he did really well to not get knocked into touch there.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
It's a great save by the keeper.
Very good save.
I don't know if that last super chat got read out, but he said I'd sub Xhaka, bring on Thomas, and I'll stop at bring on Thomas. Leave
What,
Thomas.
Partey?
Leave Partey
No
right
way.
now. Leave him.
I do not want to see him come on the pitch
Or that
today.
guy comes on and comes off hobbling.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not worth the risk.
So 2-0. All predictions can still come through.
I reckon I'll give you a prediction straight away. There'll be more goals in this half.
you like these predictions, Laurie?
I
can see us
I
getting
said
like-
3, but you know what? I think Turkish is more on point.
Yeah, I reckon a 4-0.
I think we'll get a couple this half as well, especially the way we started.
Yeah.
No change for either side, I believe. We move.
Trying to think about who I'm excited to see on the bench apart from Reece Nelson.
Cedric.
What about the young lad?
Why are you laughing?
I thought you were joking.
What about, what's his name? Which one, Harry?
No, he's not on the bench
Oh,
today.
Yeah, that, I
No,
asked
no.
about him. He's not
No,
on the
no, he's
bench.
not
He
on the
played in an unders game apparently.
Oh, right, because I was going to say.
Yeah, I would love to see him
Smith
come
and
on.
Sayan, I don't know anything about, so I guess.
How's Smith Rowe doing with his injury?
Surgery,
He's had an
man.
operation.
Yeah,
It
he's
went
had
well.
surgery.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was needed though.
End of the year, maybe.
I think he tried to do the natural route where, I'll bounce back and I'm young, but it just seems like that game where he was in the warm down where he started crying.
Yes, it
Or
was.
not crying,
What
but
game was it?
Yeah, he was
emotional.
crying.
Oh, he was, yeah.
He
Well,
was, yeah.
when you reach that stage,
Yeah.
it means you've just had enough of it already.
And it's worrying though, isn't it? Let's be honest, without wishing to sound too alarmed. You're that young and you're getting injuries, soft tissue injuries like that at this stage in your career, and they're recurring. It's not a good look. And I just hope he's going to be
And when
okay.
he's looking at the side and all the young players around him kicking on,
Yeah, it's stalling his career. I mean,
'Cause
this
last
time
season,
last year,
Smith Rowe was-
in England and all that.
yeah, he was integral for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He might have been looking at being on the plane for the World Cup. Had he have carried on the same.
I mean, look, earlier we was talking about Martinelli, and I said I think 10 goals in the league for him would be a great, development, great season. Smith Rowe got 10 goals last year, and he was off the bench the majority of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a shame because
We wouldn't have been in the top 4 race if it wasn't for his goals.
no. The Banshu says Sambi needs to be brave in Europa League games. He needs more confidence. I think that's exactly what I wanted to say. Be more brave. This is the game to be brave in. This is the game to show yourself in. This is the game to, you know, put some doubt in, not doubt, but questions into Arteta's mind.
I don't know about that, you know. You say that, but he's being asked to perform a role, which is deep-lying midfielder. So, really, how brave...
That was poor.
That was poor by all.
Terrible.
So, really, yeah. So, how brave do you want him to be? Because he's being asked to perform a specific role.
I want him to just get on the ball more and dictate things a bit more. I want him to just, I don't know.
You could just tell he looks a little bit young, and you could tell that he's lacking that experience. I think with more game time, his confidence will grow. But he needs to be getting minutes.
Going back to that All or Nothing documentary, remember that little conversation in the canteen, him and Eddie and Nketiah?
What was the conversation?
And Nketiah goes, what's going on, man? When you came here, like, you were all happy, you were bubbly, what's going on? Sammy goes, yeah, because I was playing. And then Nketiah looks at him and goes, listen, you're not the only one that's not playing, man. Listen, you know. Just, that wasn't exactly... I'm pretty sure he swore at him in that conversation.
Yeah,
as well.
I think he did.
What? Who swore at who?
Eddie, I think his exact words are stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself.
Okay.
You know? So I mean, the reality is, if you want minutes, sometimes you've got to be patient at a club like Arsenal. When you get your chance, you really got to take it.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I rate Eddie for that because that's
mature.
a ruthless, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
You've got to be ruthless.
Can't feel sorry for yourself. Ash says BBC stat: 13 goals in 15 starts for Eddie. Again. I'm just the way I'm reading that. Let's listen.
What's Broja's stat?
I don't know. Ash, tell Laurie what Broja's stats are.
They're nowhere near that, but you're just lucky that he didn't sign.
Listen, your brother bet me about Daka and Eddie as well, and in the league, Daka's got 2 and Eddie hasn't got any.
Oh, Patson Daka. Good player though. Patson Daka.
I would have been winning money off both Laos. I'll tell you.
I'm not sure if I would have taken that because I mean Patson Daka's going to get a lot more starts than.
Well, Vardy though, so you know. Even
Yeah, but Vardy's coming to the end. Oh, this is dangerous.
They've still got Iheanacho as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Daka's probably third choice there.
Yeah.
I don't know if Iheanacho starts every game.
More rotation over there than anything between them.
How tall is Matt Turner? Is he like 6 foot?
I don't know, but if they're saying he used to be NFL, then maybe he is.
I'm not too sure. Oh, get rid of that.
What was that? That's a bit flaky.
6 minutes gone in the second half. And Bodo...
6 minutes and no goals? Come on. It's terrible.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Bodo probably looked brighter in the first 5. Not that much brighter, but...
I think they look the same.
But they've had a shot on target.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's the big difference.
Yeah, that's the only...
Turner is 6'4", says Fan.
Oh, is he?
Apparently. Quoting someone from the chat.
Go on. Turned him.
Someone earlier said Smith can do Xhaka's role.
Okay.
So hopefully...
Oh, he's a good
Smith
runner.
How is he running?
Smith's been on the bench a few times.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Oh,
Backside.
quite
Who
promising.
Who is it that made that run?
That wasn't a bad ball.
I don't know if he was trying to shoot though, you know.
Nah, it looked like he just tried to
Maybe.
curl it round.
Maybe.
He tried that De Bruyne to Haaland ball. But
Which was
it wasn't
disgusting,
Haaland
by
at
the
end
way.
of it. That's
That
the
was
problem.
disgusting.
Yeah. If Martinez was a bit taller, he probably would have intercepted it. And I don't even mean that in a, you know, I know that the online world, but it's actually true. In that moment, if you watch it.
Is that Martinelli?
That is Martinelli. Oh no. Please tell me that is just impact. He looks like he's in pain.
Yellow card.
Was that similar to the one against Tottenham?
Let's see.
No, he stepped on his
the
toe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a pain for him, especially with those lightweight boots. That
Yeah.
those guys are wearing now.
But still, man. Not having it. Not having it, man.
No, seriously, those lightweight boots, when somebody treads on your toe with the studs on that, trust me.
They used to hurt in the 90s as well when you had the thick boots, but you just continue.
It happened to me the other day. I can't lie about it. My toe was
I
numb.
can imagine you rolling around that name.
No, I haven't actually gone to the ground yet.
You're a warrior, yeah?
Yeah, man. I'm solid, mate.
Soldier.
I think you see men go down more than women. Like, I'm not trying to, you know, gender divide.
Yeah.
But
you are.
But I'm about to. Yeah.
men go down a lot more. Even when you watch the women's game, like how often do you see women going down?
Listen, on this subject of going down, I think
This sounds.
let's move on. Yeah, let's move on.
You know, I was trying not to say it. I was trying not to
That
say
clip
it.
was
I was
courtesy
hoping-
of, you know.
He was hoping that they would move on without us having to say
I was looking at
it.
her in the eyes thinking, oh,
No, but I was actually being serious.
nah, I know you
man.
are, but they're going to be serious out there as well.
They're gonna be not serious.
It's one of them where you're thinking, yeah, cool.
You know what? I let one go at the beginning of the stream as well, man. When we all did this, yeah, you went, you know what? Hold that wood. And I was just like, all right, calm on.
Do you know? It just depends how your mind works, really.
But I did it at the same time. I wanted to just ease past it. Like, fuck it.
But seeing as they're bringing it all up now.
Let's put a poll in the. Nah, I'm joking.
Oh my.
Bodo at the back here. Goalkeeper's got the ball.
We've had a couple of half chances. I don't know if that affects when Arteta wants to make his subs. He might have been thinking if it stays this way, I can do it on the 60th, but now he might wait a bit.
There's a couple of people walking
What is it
up.
they say 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline?
In the
Although I
Premier
don't
League.
really think that.
In the Premier League.
I think that's a misnomer anyway, don't you?
Yeah, of course it is. Just a. Because 0-0's a lot fucking scarier than being 2-0 up.
Oh, here comes Odegaard.
Odegaard, Saka, Jesus.
And Jesus. Oh, Saka.
Now, you remember the last Europa League watch-along? I wasn't on this, but Gunali was on. And I'm pretty sure it was this exact three
Yeah,
players
he
that
did,
came
yeah,
on.
he was
And he
cussing.
was thinking, why? Why is that happening?
But in that particular game, we were struggling a little bit.
But
Yeah,
we're
we
not
don't play
here.
well against you.
Yeah, whereas this game we're in pretty much control of it. I wouldn't say total control, but we're in control.
With Liverpool on the weekend, 2-0 up.
I would
No,
rest Saka. Saka's just my only concern. I would just rest him.
Good tackles.
Yeah, strong.
I think what Gunali, I don't want to speak too much for him, but I think his problem was that we shouldn't have needed to bring on those guys to get the game over the line. Whereas this is slightly different. It looks like he's giving these guys a run out.
Okay.
Whereas in that game, I think we brought the cavalry on because we wanted to shore up the win.
But are these players that need a run out? Odegaard, Jesus.
Well, they've got a big game on.
Sunday.
You don't want to wrap them in. You know, it's probably good for them to get some game time. You know, keep on it.
Maybe.
Plus, you know that we want to play. You know what footballers are like. You want to play, innit? You want to play every game.
It's true.
You're sitting there on the bench, things are going well. You're thinking, yeah, man, let ball.
Clear it.
That's good defending, Gabriel.
Get it
Don't
out.
bring him down. Don't bring him
Oh,
down.
good
Good save.
save.
Good
Well
save.
done.
Got down very quickly. Well done, Matt Turner. A lot of keepers would have gone with their feet there. I like the fact that he went with his hands and still
Yeah.
made it.
It's end-to-end stuff.
And it was through the legs as
It's a
well.
good game now,
Saw
look.
it late. Saw it late.
Unlucky.
All right, we need to.
Yeah, so that seemed to be Gunali's. He was almost affronted, the fact that those guys had to come on and, secure the win. Whereas this game, it's more. I would say it's more the manager giving those guys a little run out before Sunday.
Of course, when you see it, there's a worry. But if they get through unscathed, then we go back to what you said earlier about the fans that get to go to Europa League games don't often get to go to the Premier League or so on. And I guess they'd want to see Jesus and Odegaard and Saka and whoever else. You know.
No, I didn't think about it like that. You're right.
But if they come through unscathed,
Yeah.
obviously, if something happens, then you're like, fuck, you know. Dave Jordan says, incoming 30-minute debate moaning about the subs again.
Dave Jordan's your boy.
We're
isn't
not moaning about the subs. We're just giving our opinions.
he? No, Dave Jordan loves Turkish, man. Every time I'm on a stream with Turkish, Dave Jordan comes in.
No, he seems
coming
to
off
be
Martinelli.
on my side more recently.
And then that's the other thing as well. You don't want these
Well
guys
done,
injured.
Martinelli.
Martinelli's taking a few knocks.
Gabriel Jesus.
Who came off then? We're talking-
Martinelli.
Xhaka.
Xhaka, well done,
Understood.
Xhaka.
He's on a booking, fair enough.
So Odegaard and Vieira together, hopefully.
Looks that way.
And Marquinhos.
Who's getting the
Marquinhos.
Unlucky. I
Well
wanted
done.
I wanted to see Marquinhos get a goal, but I guess with Saka coming on, you
Yeah,
know what time it was.
I think out of the three, I probably would have left Marquinhos on
Yeah.
Yeah.
and give Saka the rest day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why are we playing Saka?
And
No
I did
crying
take
for Marquinhos tonight.
Yeah, I know. I would have loved to have seen him get an Emirates goal. I
I'd
was
love to
saying on
see him
starting
start
11.
crying.
Where's Reece Nelson, says Jaden?
So that's literally what I was just about to say.
That's a good point.
For
and that's the
Marquinhos,
right
I would have
side,
seen
like
Reece,
for
yeah.
like, yeah.
Exactly.
But we are where we are. Who am I to question the manager who's top of the Premier League, eh?
He knows what he's doing.
2-0, 58th minute.
Who have City got at the weekend?
Southampton at home.
Southampton's at home.
No, City are at home.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't even matter who they
City
have.
are at home.
With Haaland,
Oh,
No, but what
Haaland
I'm
is
saying
just...
And Hassan, who was on the brink.
History of conceding
9s.
9.
Hassan,
That
who
could
was on
be
the
a
brink,
big-
bruv. This could be double figures.
Oh, that's good. Unlucky.
Oh,
That's good hands from the keeper.
really good.
Jesus, just take it easy, my guy. You're all right.
But every week we can stay in front of City is a blessing, isn't it? no, because let's be honest, the City at some point you would expect that they're going to.
Run away
If
with
we're
it.
being real, no,
Oh, okay.
not even run away
okay.
with it. I'm saying at some point you know they're going to.
I completely,
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
completely agree. I completely
So what I'm
agree.
saying is every week we can
Yeah.
stave
Yeah.
that off is a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, look, we got Liverpool this week, but I think Man City got Liverpool next week.
Oh!
or the week
Oh,
Oh, man. It's nice to see Nketiah staying on as well,
after. It's
actually.
not the same.
yeah, I didn't want him to come off.
And it looks like Jesus is occupying the left and Nketiah stays down the middle.
Yeah.
Arsenal 17 says just a
Nice.
theory, but maybe Nelson comes
That's
on for
it.
Eddie and Nketiah and then switch positions, Jesus striker and then Nelson on the left wing.
Yeah,
That
that
could
might be what
be
happens. That might be what
Later
happens.
on, yeah.
I mean, we were talking about that PSV game getting moved, but I'm actually kind of glad. I might not say this later in the season, but I'm kind of glad the City game got moved too for us.
Yeah.
Because I think we would have had City after this Liverpool game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's a tough 3, man. Tottenham, Liverpool and City. you
Top
know?
3.
Exactly.
That's most people's predictions for top 3 this
There you
season.
go.
So, I didn't mind it at all, if I'm honest with you.
Was it Etihad?
No.
It w-
No, it was. Yeah, it was. No, it was Emirates. Because all 3 was Emirates, and then I said to myself,
Oh,
shit,
gotta go away.
that means all 3 next half of the season's away.
You know what though? Talking about the top 3 and 4 and all the rest of it, I think Chelsea are going to come good this season. Because I think what will happen is that they've got the players there, got a new manager,
Oh, he's gone down.
they've got a goal scorer now in Aubameyang, and I think that they'll buy again in January.
What do you mean by come good? Because a team that spends that much and won the Champions League 2
Meaning
seasons
their
ago,
start's
come good
not
should be a
been the
title
best.
race for them.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, their start has not been the most productive, but I reckon that things will start to pick up over the weeks, and that by January time they'll be looking good for the top 4 again.
Do you think
I think
Potter,
they're capable of easing Tottenham out of that top 4.
Yeah.
do you think Potter's
City,
a good
Arsenal.
appointment for them?
Chelsea and one other. Could even be Man United.
It is difficult, man. I mean, the thing, every year pre-season we sit here and we look at the league and we go, yeah, top 2 probably done, 3rd and 4th
that's
up for
good
grabs
play,
or
yeah.
whatever. But this year, one of those top 2 don't look at it, man. And I didn't expect it. This is a risk. Ooh,
Oh, he stopped.
right decision in the end.
It was.
Right decision in the end there.
Yeah, it looked like he could have won it, but
Yeah.
I think you know what it is. He didn't want to go in, and then the guy
yeah, it could have been a red
Yeah.
card.
He knew he was last man.
yeah.
Exactly. He knew he was
smart.
last man.
Some defenders,
Shah asked you, do you think Potter was a good example, good appointment for
yeah,
Chelsea?
yeah. Very good appointment actually.
If they give him time.
If they give
Yeah.
him time,
I was a bit shocked though that they
but I
sacked
think they will.
Tuchel.
I think they will.
To be honest, I wasn't shocked because I can't lie to you, Tuchel was getting ratings for, in my opinion, not much.
This is promising. Pass.
Oh,
Pass it.
Come on, Melise.
Shoot.
Take a shot.
Too long.
Send it back.
Oh look, shoot. No, oh come on, Odegaard.
It's like he's dancing around.
He's
the
begging for someone to shoot. And now look, you've gone and lost the ball.
It's not a foul.
To be
He
honest,
got the ball.
Tomiyasu should have overlapped there, but he was a bit hesitant.
I get what you were saying about Tuchel, but I was still surprised he got sacked.
No,
I'm surprised he was still getting praise.
I'm surprised he was getting praise, but I thought they would have given him.
But
A bit more, just a little bit more time.
He'd lost the faith of some of the players, and he'd lost the faith with the board. So that's not a good combination.
Yeah,
really.
of course.
And then the results are not great.
Nice. Jesus got back.
Where do you think we'll finish this season? Laurie,
Second.
Turkish.
Top 4.
I'm the same, and I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll be happy
second,
with that.
Third, fourth. Listen,
It's just
if you don't win
unfortunate
the
for
league,
Arsenal that you've got an
none of the
absolute
league shit.
beast in Man City. So
Yeah.
no shame in finishing runners-up to them?
Second. I reckon second, if not first.
And cut the gap down.
Yeah.
In points, cut the gap down, score more, concede less, like things like this, and then prime yourself for a challenge.
And be
next season.
competitive in the head-to-heads with
Exactly.
them. You know, we didn't score against Liverpool last year, man, and we
Yeah.
talk about that valiant performance against City, but we lost. You know, if we can get wins in some of those games, and then hopefully, you know, we need to right the wrong of United. There are certain things like that. The bridge is one where we actually have had a bit of success.
Yeah.
But those sorts of things now, that's the metric I'm going to be using for improvement as well as league position. What do we do against these teams?
Yeah, and I agree. Before the season started, and when the season started, early games, I said, I'm looking at the 4 fixtures against Liverpool and City and saying 5 to 7 points Arsenal.
Which ain't even that much.
Which ain't even that. Whether that's a win and 2 draws, 2 wins and a draw. And then you look at the way Liverpool have been so far, and going into Sunday, it's the first time in years that Liverpool are not in form and Arsenal are in form. First time in, I don't know when the last time that was. So
You haven't beaten them in 14 games.
I think 5 to 7 points is more than fair to ask for.
100.
Minimum.
I think top 4 this season, you're looking at City, Arsenal, Chelsea and Man United.
You think Tottenham are dropping out?
Yeah, I think they could drop out. I think it's going to be tight, but I definitely think the first 2, I'm confident in that prediction. Based on what I've seen so far, I mean, things are going to, you know, there's going to be ebb and flow and ups and downs, but yeah.
65 gone. Still 2-0. Comfortable, really.
But I do think that Chelsea are going to come good, and I think they'll be spending heavy again in.
If the Nkunku thing is true, then that's a good signing for them.
Yeah.
Before they even appoint their director of football.
Because let's face it, man, they've got some very good players at Chelsea.
A lot of
You know
talent.
what I mean? They've got some very
They've
good
invested
players.
heavily at the back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Fofana's out for a little while now.
And then, like I
Oh
said,
yeah, Fofana.
can he keep that in?
That went out.
Yeah, they did.
Unlucky.
And like I said, with Graham Potter in charge, he's a very good young manager. They're only going to get better, really.
Do you know what? Brighton seem to be doing really well. Like,
Yeah.
when Potter left, I was thinking, a bit worried, but Trossard got a hat-trick against
You know,
Liverpool.
A lot of people
at
said
Anfield.
that, but I'm like, Potter been coaching them for so long, they're not going to forget it in one game.
Yeah, exactly,
You know,
it's
they're
true.
No one's going to really undo all of Potter's good work in one game. This manager is still probably yet to really exert his philosophy on that team.
Yeah.
Brighton got Tottenham this weekend, didn't it?
Right.
I think Tottenham go to Brighton.
Yeah, they do.
Half
yeah,
5
yeah.
Saturday.
They do.
Really, I'm intrigued to see that game.
See, what I'm noticing about Tottenham, man, there already seems to be chinks in the armour. They're already like, that win that we got over them at the weekend kind of exposed them a little bit. Everyone's all of a sudden talking about the style of play, talking about selection choices.
They were talking about it a bit before,
Yeah.
when they lost to Sporting.
Yeah, they
A
were.
couple of bad performances. They then lost to Sporting. They didn't look great midweek again.
No, they didn't. Yeah, so, yeah. And then Man United, they're going to get better on them. And okay, they got beat up by City, but they're not going to be the only ones to get beat up by City this
I was
season.
saying that. I was like, you know what, bro? City could do that to anyone in this
Yeah,
league on their
yeah.
day.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't want to laugh too much, because I was worried it could be us.
yeah, exactly.
You just don't know.
And then you got to look at it as
2
well.
hat-tricks, though. Fuck.
Oh no, that's mad.
And my brother had them both in
Do
his
you know how
fantasy team.
sick I would
Really?
be if Son and Kane scored a hat-trick against Arsenal and beat us? Do you know how sick I would be?
Yeah. I don't even want
Fans left at like
I don't
half
even want to
time.
know what would happen to that
Before
iPad.
half time, man.
With the
Yeah.
iPad.
I mean, it was 4-0 at half time. Man, they was walking out there when it was 3-0.
Crazy.
I messaged Flex. I said, "You still in there or what?"
Did you get a reply?
No.
It's still there.
Hello.
First time there's been half-time fan cams, in it?
Fan cams start coming out half-time.
Oh mate.
I remember many years ago, I was at an Arsenal game in the Champions League, and we played Man United.
That must have been many years ago.
Yeah, it was, yeah. And I think they were 3 up by half time or something like that, and Man were leaving, right? And as people were leaving, there was like fights breaking out. People said, "How can you call yourself a fan? You're going at half time." So the person would push back against him. And
Ben
next
White
minute,
coming
boom.
on.
Really?
Yeah. But that's terrible, though, isn't it? I mean, you come to support your team.
Yeah,
you're
I'll
walking
stay
out
to the
half
end,
time.
like regardless.
Come
I'm
on
staying
now.
to the end.
You know what I mean? What kind of support is that?
But part of me is like, I'm not going to force people to stay. Do you know what I mean? Like, each their own. If they want to leave, that's on them, man.
You still got a whole half though.
Oh, I agree. I'd stay. Like, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
because stay to that final whistle.
Ben White coming on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see who he comes on for because again,
It's got to be Tommy.
Cedric's on the bench.
Yeah, if I'm Cedric, I'm feeling a little bit disappointed not to get
What
some
are we on,
minutes. 'Cause,
68?
Unless it's Holding that needs to come off or Gabriel that needs to come off.
Ah, yeah.
Then I'd understand it, but we'll see. Oh, good defending.
What is going on
What?
there?
Into the
Defending Tommy.
ground.
Big Ash says, what do you guys think about the top 5 Premier League teams getting Champions League in 2024? The stigma we're finishing 5th will be gone. I hate that. I hate that. Doesn't. Again, like I just said earlier, 2nd, 3rd, 4th doesn't mean fuck all. Yeah, you get Champions League, but it's not success. So adding 5th to that, then 6th, 7th becomes Europa, and what, 8th?
But remember the old style
Just that.
European Cup, it was just the winners of the respective leagues. Then they had 2 in, and now you got 4 for some countries. Ridiculous. I agree
Oh,
with you.
Tierney.
5, a quarter
Well
of
done,
the league.
Tierney.
Well
Oh,
played,
Tierney's
Kieran.
off, yeah, okay.
Well played, Kieran.
That is ridiculous, folk. That's all about money.
Yeah.
and
That's all about money.
and you know what?
You know what that is? That's the safety net, innit? If the likes of Man United or Arsenal don't
That's
quite
what it
make
is.
it, that is
Well, that's probably to appease the Super League people.
yeah.
No, but as well as that, can someone, again, this is off the top of my head, but someone in the chat clarify, as well as top 5, I think there's 2 places.
For
in the-
Europa.
No. There's 2 places for the Champions League that go to the teams that finish outside top 5 or top 4 in Italy or whatever it is,
But
but have the
historically-
best coefficient ranking. So if,
Really?
let's say Man United finish 7th, they might still make Champions League because their coefficient ranking is high. Someone in the chat confirmed that, because I remember when it was the Super League coming in, and this came off the back of it. I remember seeing something like that and then thinking to myself, well, the Super League was, aside from the protecting the 14 founding members, if there was a relegation and there was actually fairness across the board, I think the Super League was a better idea than this.
What is it? I'm being done, but what is the coefficient ranking?
Again, I know this
They
from the
aggregate
youngest.
the games
How many
out,
times you make
yeah,
Europe, how
yeah.
far you go into Europe, and
Throughout history.
It's
throughout
basically
history.
based on how strong the country's leagues are.
Oh,
Okay.
they ditched
But-
the coefficient thing. Hopefully, someone said that. Hopefully, that's the case.
Okay.
But even that, again, is just about, oh,
Whoa.
that's a good chance.
They are getting the odd chance. This
That's
Haaland,
Haaland light.
yeah.
B-Tech Haaland.
That's it.
I'm being more respectful, so I'm saying Haaland light rather than B-Tech Haaland. But yeah, I mean, listen, I agree with you, Turkish. It's ridiculous. I mean, in international football, though, the changes that they've made where they incorporate more teams, I'm actually in favour of that. So you've seen with the Euros, they've had more teams in there, 30-odd teams. To me, that works better. And the World Cup, more teams, I think that works better as well because it just does.
Yeah.
But with the domestic football stuff, nah.
Big Ash also says, I agree, it's all about money. But I also
course
feel
it
like
is.
Arsenal is a Champions League team. It's almost unfair on other Europa League teams to compete. Yeah, but in the direction we're headed, hopefully, fingers crossed, we are a top 4 team moving forward. And all of a sudden, next year, it's like 5th joins the race.
I'm feeling embarrassed, you know, if we didn't get top 4 this season and had to rely on getting in the top 5 for the following
The
season.
year, yeah.
No,
It's
we
embarrassing.
got to get top 4 this season.
You know what the reality is? I was thinking this when I was watching Tottenham and Frankfurt. If I'm not mistaken, Frankfurt were Europa League finalists last year.
Yeah.
Winners, weren't they? Didn't they
They
win?
win
Weren't it Villarreal? What year
No,
was
no.
I can't remember.
No, they lost.
What, the Europa League?
Wasn't it
that? Who
Frankfurt?
won Europa League?
Wasn't it a Frankfurt Rangers final?
Yeah, you're
Frankfurt
right.
Rangers in Seville was the
Ramsey
final,
missed
wasn't
the
it?
penalty.
Oh, yeah.
And they were against Tottenham, who were only 1 point above us. When I was watching Tottenham Frankfurt, I was like, well, this is a Europa League standard game. I'm not being funny, but there was a
No,
point.
you are being
There was a point. There was a point in it. There was a point in it, and we're now
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
it. And we're now watching it in the Champions League, right? So what position you finish in the league really doesn't dictate whether you're a Champions League level team or whether you're going to compete in the Champions League.
No, it's
Because
just making it.
there were, how many years did we finish 3rd or 4th or whatever? But we got in the Champions League and we just got dumped on.
He did add it was a real thing though, Turkish, but they did get rid of it a few months ago. I'm glad to hear they got rid of
Okay.
it. But yeah, top 5 is a myth. And everyone asking about Big Six is tomorrow night, 9 p.m. people, because a lot of people are saying Big Six. It's not tonight, it's tomorrow night, 9 p.m. You guys should know anyway. Follow the socials and you'll see the updates there.
Who you got lined up tomorrow?
Normal class.
No, but you never know with you and your special guest, bruv.
Yeah, but that was for a banger on Monday. That was for a banger. Those bangers come every now and again.
One of them kept me up after midnight on a weekday.
That's good delivery again.
Headed out.
On
Sambi's got
Sunday.
it. Back to Turner. That was useless. I'll be honest with you. and even that's what I mean about Sambi. He picks it up there, and he just doesn't do anything but he passes it back. It's
Yeah.
like,
No, but that was safe
I think-
though.
that's safe.
Yeah, but he had time where he could have went sideways or forward.
Yeah, just
Again, you have to remember the position he's playing in. He's not the playmaker. He's a holding defensive midfielder. So he did his job, basically. Oh,
Who was
right or wrong, he did his job.
well, that's
Well
a job then.
intercepted.
You know, I'd like that.
Yeah, let's think about getting forward.
Every team needs one of those guys, man. Oh, that's
One
good.
Saka.
Oh, unlucky. Ran out of room at the end.
What's happening here now? What's he pulled up with?
Oh, no, that's not good.
Don't do this. Do not do
Is
this.
he alright? He's limping.
I don't really see a knock though. But
Is it a knock? I'm
Yeah, it's a
hoping
knock,
it's a
but he
knock
held
and
his
he
ankle.
hasn't pulled anything.
Shit.
He held his ankle though.
Just got, no, he just got to run.
Was
He
it?
held
was-
his calf, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was it his calf?
Like the front of his leg.
Is he still moving gingerly? Oh, he's jogging.
Very
Right.
Cool.
Checking it off.
We are in
Run
second.
now.
What minute we on? 75.
15 to go. It's whizzed by again this second half.
We haven't scored yet in this half.
It's coming, Laurie.
Say it with so much confidence as well.
I
You
know.
literally know it's about to happen.
Belief.
I'll take it, man. Then my 3-0's right.
Cool. Turner's got it. Kept it on.
Bodo Glimt fans still going strong though, man. Scarves in
The
the air.
Bodo.
Yeah,
Gotta love it.
They're
Gotta love
buzzing.
it.
There you go.
Oh.
We'll be there. Well, Arsenal will be there next Thursday. Cecil Lee judges. They'll be going over to Norway for the
Get
away
that
leg.
Canada goose out, mate.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Lead judges were asking me, should I get the parka out? Should I get a hat? Should I wear layers?
What's the temperatures over there?
Thing is, apparently it's only 9 there, but 9 in countries like that is a lot colder than
Yeah.
9
It's
over
Yeah.
not far from the Arctic Circle, that club.
Really? Mate, I'll be bringing every bit of clothing I've got. Hot water bottle, everything. I am
Hot
not.
water bottle.
Yeah. I'll be sleeping with that.
That was a needless foul.
They don't play their season during the winter.
Yeah, it's that cold.
Yeah. I think I don't know what it must be like January. It must be like February to October, November. They got 6 games left of their season, basically.
Wow. Yeah, I don't like the cold weather. I like when it's nice and hot.
Yeah, I have to say, I wouldn't be rushing to go to that, to that country, man. I'm sure it's a beautiful country, but the cold weather would just do me in.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of, cold weather, I'll be honest.
Not a bad ball. Well cleared. Well cleared. That was Tomiyasu. Claim it, Matt. Nice.
Nice.
That's a bit exaggerated.
Why not, eh?
Enjoy it.
Tommy, left back.
Do you reckon the message was see out the 2-0? It doesn't look like they're really going for
I
a
think you
third.
bring it on Jesus, Odegaard and Saka
That's
to
what I
see
mean.
it
It's
out.
a bit
Yeah.
like- It's like what?
I think,
It doesn't really look like we've been.
I think that means go get some goals.
We got one more sub, ain't we?
Yeah. Hoping it's Reece.
Yeah, it won't be
Likewise.
Reece now because there's Saka on the right. Unless he does want him on the left.
See? Sambi, that's all you do.
Yeah, that was good. At your feet and keep it
Yeah.
moving nice.
Keep
Go
the
on.
ball moving.
Nice.
Oh, great
Oh,
ball!
that was nice.
goal!
Finish! Oh, my God.
That's
That
a
was
horrible
a beautiful
finish.
ball.
I did not expect that from Eddie, you know.
No, not
I
in the
did
form
not
he's
expect
in.
that from Eddie.
You can see what the manager thinks about that.
Yeah, he's saying something.
You'd think
No,
that,
that's
man.
got to be a goal.
Yeah,
Come on.
brilliant ball.
You're meant to think that.
Great
with the
run.
keeper, man.
Great run
That's-
as well.
No,
Takes
but
the
he
touch.
No, you'd think that he's come on, Laurie. That's a thing.
You could think, you should shoot, he could do anything
like
he
bottom
wanted.
corner, or if you want to get fancy, you do
Yeah.
anything.
And it was such a bad miss. I mean, that was Rose.
That was nice from Saka and Odegaard.
Yeah.
No, that was
in the
beautiful.
build-up as well. Was it Odegaard that played it? I think
It was. It was.
That was poor by Eddie, I've got to say.
Tiny Town Arctic FC holding up better than the Spurs. And Polo says, why is Arteta not taking Saka out just in case? Well, he brought Saka in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
didn't
just a
start the
knock,
game.
isn't it? He's run it off. There's nothing wrong with him.
He seems okay.
I'm more concerned about that miss from Eddie, man. That was terrible.
I know.
Sambi dispossessed quite
Sambi
easily
missed
there.
that tackle. That's not good.
This guy saw someone there, but there was nobody there. He even stopped the Bodo fans. They even there wondering, where was you passing to, my guy?
Oh,
He's
let's still
got a
go.
drum and everything, boy.
Let's still go.
Imagine if they were winning. Gosh.
Not the most diverse fan base, are they?
Are we dropping our standards a little bit in this half? I think we are, you know. Despite the new energy of the subs, we've not really hit the heights in this half yet. I think we were actually better in the first half.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I
we was,
agree with you.
yeah. But then again, Eddie should just be finishing that 3-0.
He should be, yeah.
And it just wraps up the game. Game process, Matt Turner has been decent this game. Yeah, that save, when it was through the legs.
Yep.
You're looking at it now, and it was important because it would have been 2-1.
10 minutes to go. Oh, Reece Nelson!
Welcome back.
Isn't it? So nice to see you.
Welcome back.
It's coming up to the 81st minute.
Better than nothing. Better than nothing.
That's
Good
good.
hold-up play, Eddie.
Good
Good
hold-up
hold-up
play.
play.
Nice.
Well
Odegaard.
played. Quicker to Saka. There we
Nice.
go. Good. Good.
That's it.
Lovely pass.
I think after that miss.
Look
that's
for the
fine.
overlap.
Oh, cross it now.
Oh, unlucky.
Nelson
I
comes
think that
on
was
now
just
for
too
Eddie.
bait, though,
I
man. He
think.
should have probably cut in.
Really?
Sometimes it just. There's
Yep.
Ben White as well. Eddie
Well
off,
done, Eddie.
Reece Nelson on.
Eddie got his goal, man. Eddie
Innit?
got his
well
goal.
done.
Could have had
Correct.
more.
Could have had a hat.
Could have had more, but he got his goal. See, he looks disappointed with himself because he knows he could have had more.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. He'd done well though. He played well. Eddie.
2-0. Coming up to the 82nd minute. Diallo says it's going to be a tough game out there in Norway. Well, I tend to agree. Looking at Bodo
What
have actually
weather
done all right today.
conditions?
Yeah, on top of that. Bodo have done all right today.
Yeah, this hasn't been a
Yeah.
steamroll game.
Yeah.
In flashes, they look half decent side going forward, definitely.
Joseph says Turkish, this is why City are on a different level. They would have scored like 5 by now. They are. I don't think anyone doubts that City are on a different level to everyone.
And they do it in the Champions League.
Who's that,
Unlucky
Reece?
from Reece there. Nice. Fraser says, I'm a Chelsea fan, but I can 100% see Arsenal winning the league. I'm not going to lie.
I like that energy. What's his name?
Is that
Fraser.
wind up?
I like that, Fraser.
Doesn't
he
seem
winding
like
us
it.
up?
There's no LOL there.
My kind of Chelsea fan, Fraser. Big up yourself.
Isn't it?
I need to get you on the show instead of Matisse.
It's just got to be. You know what? This weekend actually summed it up for me, man. Because all the headlines were about Arsenal and the North London derby until Man City played. And everything was Haaland
Yes.
and City after that. Everyone was like, oh my God, you know. And that's the difference in class right there, man.
We had a debate on the show last week. That's what you think, but who's the biggest derby in Britain right now?
No, I was watching that. For me, probably it's the North London derby for a number of reasons. But the most important for me is because of the impact it has upon the league, because they're actually two, I hate to say it, but positionally two evenly matched teams. Whatever you think about the style of football or whatever, we're typically gunning for the same things every year. Whereas all of the traditionally big derbies, I think for me, I'd eliminate the ones that aren't geographical derbies. Like Manchester-Liverpool for me it's a rivalry. Yeah. It's not a derby, so I'd eliminate that.
That's the point I was making.
And then if I'm looking at local derbies, I really don't think there's one that comes close.
Yeah, and people saying Celtic and Rangers, but come on now. I mean, outside.
They play so often.
Exactly.
They play so often.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Oh my God!
Was that Reece?
I think so.
Was that Reece? No, that was incredible.
Was that Reece? I'm pretty sure that was Reece.
I think that was Reece.
Was that Reece Nelson?
That was
Jesus.
That was incredible.
Mate, that was gorgeous.
Beautiful. There's this to Fabio. All right, keep it at 3-0 because I've got the starting 11 right. Let the prediction sit as well, bro. Let the prediction sit.
I'm glad Vieira scored as well, man.
Yeah, he deserved that. Well done, Vieira.
Keep knocking on that door.
He's gone straight to Jesus and he's...
Goal and assist for Vieira.
Yeah, first Emirates goal for Vieira, right? Brentford was his other one.
Where?
Could have left him there.
That was nice, yeah.
This was nice.
That is obscene. That is obscene.
Nice.
No, Gabriel Jesus.
Man.
Oh, man.
And the presence of mind to pick out. That was the perfect person
He's
to pick out.
fearless.
Oh,
incredible. Incredible.
that was nice.
Mate.
For a second, I thought Vieira just overhit it as well. I thought, what's he doing? But he just
I thought that.
corner, or top of the net, whatever.
Beautiful.
Truly incredible feat. Lovely, Fabio.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
Mate, that worked from Jesus.
Yeah, for real.
Because you've only got to see the players on the line clapping to
So
appreciate
as we approach the 86th minute, man of the match.
Oh. Oh, God, that's a tough one.
Vieira.
I was going to say the same.
Vieira.
I was going to say the same.
Yeah.
Had an assist, had a goal. Delivery's been good throughout.
Yeah, I'd say yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah, I'd say Vieira.
Yeah, I can't see anyone that stands out more than Vieira, but...
Chat, let us know in the chat. Man of the match.
Who else is in contention for you lot?
In contention.
I can't really think of another standout
that's
performance.
good. This
Yeah,
is good.
Nketiah done well.
That's
I mean, he had a
Jesus
couple of
again.
chances that he should have put away.
Yeah, I think that
Oh,
kind of mars it a
Reece
little.
Nelson.
Go on, Reece.
Nice. Oh, if Reece gets a goal!
Unlucky Reece.
Close. Yeah, I think the only... Yeah,
Tierney,
Nketiah.
someone said Tierney.
Had a good game.
Someone said Gabriel. Tierney again.
Mate, the whole team.
Tomiyasu.
It's one of them games where everyone's sort of been like evenly matched, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people in the chat going for the back four, from
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
Rob as well, someone said. 1 goal on a clean sheet. Tommy, Tierney,
Should we just toss a coin?
Fabio. The coin might need to have full sides.
As soon as you asked the question, I thought Vieira straight away, to be honest.
No one sprung to my mind this time.
Oh!
Oh!
Unlucky
Gabriel.
These Brazilians got white teeth.
I was just about to say, his teeth look refreshed. He's either had them just
He's
whitened
definitely had
or...
them done.
Yeah, 100%.
Ash says Vieira man of the match, Eddie Holden and Tommy did well. Yeah, I think the general consensus seems to be Vieira with other names like Tierney and Tommy floating about.
Yeah, I say it's Vieira or Eddie.
And we're into the last 3 minutes. Plus stoppage time and
Bodo making a sub.
making a couple. Yeah, 2 subs on for Bodo.
He reminds me of Tierney.
But you know what? If their away fans are like this, I can only imagine what their fans are going to be like when we go there. Man.
Yeah,
There's going to be a lot more of them as well.
Yeah,
Bloody hell, mate.
I believe they've sold out as well. I believe they've sold out already as well.
Really?
Arsenal coming in.
How much does the ground hold, do you know? They might move it to one of the biggest stadiums. How far is it from Oslo? It's not
No idea.
close to Oslo.
No idea.
My geography is absolutely awful, so I'm not even going to attempt to answer that.
It's funny with other countries, you just tend to think the capital, and you think, how close is it? It might not be anywhere near, you know?
It's moments like that.
Oh, good ball.
Okay,
pass.
I'm loving these passes. That's it. Go on, Reece.
You got some space to run into, bro.
I want to see a cross.
I'm beating.
Lovely.
Now cross it. Now
Oh,
cross it.
Reece.
That's it.
Well
Nice.
played.
Yeah, look. Go on.
Take a shot.
Oh, it took too long to shoot.
Just banged it.
Reece is looking sharp.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah, he is. More of that. Warren says Gabriel's been great today. He's cleaned up well.
He has played well today, actually.
Bodo Stadium holds 8,300 to Stephen.
Oh.
Stefan.
8,300.
It wouldn't surprise me if they tried to move that to a ground.
But the only reason the Zurich one was moved is because they rent their stadium.
Oh, okay.
Is it rent or I don't know. And I don't know if they expect it to be in Europa League. I don't know what it was, but
I feel like it's state-owned, the Zurich Stadium, isn't it?
it was something about.
Yeah. It's not exclusively
They
theirs.
couldn't, yeah, they couldn't get it for that Thursday.
3-0.
Yeah, Fraser again confirms 8,300. That's mad. So I remember reading that it was 400 tickets for Arsenal fans, but I don't know how true that is. But if the stadium capacity is that, then yeah.
Could be right.
Has anyone ever been to Norway before?
No, I've never been.
I've never been.
But a lot of people in the chat saying beautiful country and
Yeah, that's my first.
It's meant to be. One of my best mates has moved up there, and he was like, "Listen, we've got it horribly wrong in London, man. Come out here. Trust me."
Really?
He goes, "The quality of life is a different
Bodo
level."
is 800 miles north of Oslo.
Wow.
15-hour drive.
I did say we was near the
15
Arctic Circle, though, so
How big is Norway?
it's not big, small country. But it might be have a lot of land mass rather than.
And now 3 minutes on. Ash says, in hindsight, 20 minutes for Saka, etc. ain't a bad thing. Like I said, you come through unscathed, cool. It is what it is.
I'll agree in 3 minutes.
Yeah, and he ain't really got to work his socks off in this game either, so.
I think that position in particular, Marquinhos didn't need to come off. Xhaka and Martinelli, I get it.
Especially because Xhaka was on a yellow.
Yeah. Come on,
That's
get
it,
one more,
Reece.
Let's get one more.
Go on. I would love for Reece Nelson to get a goal.
What do you think the population of Norway is?
50,000.
Man just Googled it.
Yeah, you got his phone now.
No, I did Google it. That's what I'm asking. I'm not trying to be
A
clever.
million.
6 million.
Sorry?
3 million.
Hold on, we might lose our clean sheet.
Get
Oh.
that out.
Crucial hand there from Matt Turner.
We had a break on there.
Population of Norway.
I'll say 3 million or
You said
3.5.
3, Turkish
I've
5,
been saying the
6.
numbers. What are you saying, Laurie?
Well, I know it. So
Go on, what is it? Wait, what's Roy saying?
1.8.
Turkish was closest. It's 5.5.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
really?
cheated. I used the chat.
Did you?
Did you?
Someone in the chat said 6 million. I said, I don't
Wait,
know.
what's the population of England or the UK?
68.
Wait, mad.
What, just England alone?
Yeah.
And what about the UK, the United Kingdom?
Well, you're looking at 70s, isn't it?
More than that.
Because that'd be England, Wales,
But Scotland and Wales are not very big at all, you know.
You know, Matt Turner's
Ireland.
reflexes are pretty good, you know.
Yeah.
This is the second time he's had to get somewhere with his hands very quick, and he's done it.
T-Pex says, Reece looks sharp. He's hungry.
Yeah, agreed.
Exactly.
He does.
I want to see him start. Look. Oh, that's Jesus. He looks so good. I keep mixing him up with Jesus. I think that just kind of says it all. I want to see him start next week.
Reece,
Yeah. I think he deserves it. From what I've seen.
he'll probably go.
Yeah, I think he deserves a start.
Nice.
Oh,
That was a wonderful
I want him
pass.
to get a goal.
The Odegaard again.
That was a wonderful pass.
Oh,
on.
here we go again.
That hit an arm.
Yeah. They got the ball, so they're all right. People, don't forget the full-time reaction show. The phone number is on the screen. James is in the building, so he will go through the full-time reaction with guests rotating in and out. Make sure you send your video reactions in when the full-time whistle blows, which should be in the next 10 seconds or so. Arsenal might have a break here. 2-on-2.
Poor touch. Poor
Saka
touch.
had a very poor touch there.
And the full-time whistle's going to go because the 3 minutes
There we
is
go.
up.
It is full-time. It is full-time. people.
Beautiful, job done. Oh, sorry, Turkish.
No, okay, take over.
Go beautiful. Job done. Get in.
Sorry. Oh, mate.
You're not wrong. We got the job done. We got the job done. But yeah, 3-0. Can't complain. A few of the regulars got a run out there as well. Come through unscathed, it seems. Vieira got a goal and an assist.
It's a couple of good goals. Which is the best goal, do you think? Because, okay,
I'd probably go the Jesus skill leading up to the Vieira goal, really. Although Vieira's pass was incredible. Vieira's pass was very good.
And let's give credit to Holding as well. You put that away well.
Yeah.
I think I might be tempted to go
I'll
for
go
Holding.
with that one.
Yeah,
I'll go with that one. I'll go with that. For the touch, the shimmy, the ball in and holding bottom corner, I'll go with the second goal. But yeah, that Jesus skill for the third goal was beautiful as well. People, the phone number's on your screen. Full-time reaction show will start about 10-15 minutes after this stream ends, so make sure you guys are there. We got the 3-0 win.
Yeah, 3-0.
Bang on.
Spot on. Well done, Sean.
I got the starting 11, man. I'm just saying.
What's your prediction for Sunday?
2-1 Arsenal.
Okay,
That's what I'm
2-1
predicting.
Arsenal.
as well.
I said 2-1 Arsenal.
you're saying 2-1. You're saying 2-1.
What are you saying?
Talk to me on Friday, Saturday, man. Let me just be easy. But, you know what? I think I'm going to predict the win.
Yeah.
I think I'm confident of predicting the win.
If we ain't going to beat them now, God knows when we're going to beat them.
I know.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, is it the first time since? I've got to give you congratulations. My man proposed and getting married.
I knew. I just didn't know whether he wanted to put it out there like that.
Yeah.
I just didn't know whether he wanted to
Is
put it
that
out
why you
there.
was in France?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so romantic. Congratulations.
I was thinking, is it the first time I've been back the stream view since then?
Yes,
It is.
first time.
Aww.
Now people know I wasn't at Tottenham.
Yeah.
Stop asking me.
Oh, that is so sweet. Put your congratulations in the chat,
Thank you, people in the
There's gonna
chat.
be a
It's
lot
already
of-
Throw your
started.
love
It's already
hearts up.
started.
Hey, you know what? There's going to be a lot of disappointed ladies out there.
I know, you're going to break some hearts
It
there.
is what it is, man. Changing my number, that's it. It's done.
Going to do the Will Smith and Fresh Prince, and if that's the little black book, I'm done. There's a Mrs. Turkish now.
Trust me.
He showed me the video. He showed me the video. It's proper.
He showed me outside.
it.
He showed me
Did you get
outside.
down on one knee and
He
everything?
did.
He did.
You do your thing, innit?
Did
And
you
listen.
guys cry? Was it
Nah,
emotional?
nah, man, I don't cry. So
Not to give.
I'm not
What
that
about
sort.
your missus?
She was shocked. She
Aww,
was shocked. Yeah.
that is so
You know why I was
sweet.
shocked? Man wasn't even wearing a hat, bro.
Oh, really?
It does happen.
He went all out.
It does
He went
happen.
all out.
It does happen.
Oh.
Thank you, people. The chat is flooded with congratulations.
I
Now,
can
listen,
imagine.
it's about the 3-0. It's not about me today. It's not about me.
No, it's
Let me
about
just-
you as well, man.
Yeah,
You know me, I like moving under the radar. man.
Shared celebrations.
Love,
Well, that definitely isn't under the radar now.
No, it's
Laurie's
not.
put it all
It's
out
not.
there.
No, I don't mind that. I don't
But I
mind
mean, it doesn't get better than that. You go to Paris,
I
you
know, that
propose,
is so
she says yes,
beautiful.
because she might have, I mean, some man have come unstuck.
Imagine. How would
She
you feel
says
as
yes,
a man if you proposed?
And then, like, to top it off with the win.
No, to top it off, EasyJet cancelled my flight on Saturday night. That's what topped it
so
off.
you got an
And I had to
extra
take a coach, extra night. I had to take a coach back from Paris on Sunday, 9 hours to Victoria, then a train to Luton to get my car, 20-minute walk with my luggage and my jacket,
Oh, okay.
and then a drive back.
Oh my
That's a real
God, I
come
couldn't
down.
do that.
That's a
Yeah,
real come
so
down.
she didn't say yes, I wouldn't be here right now. But I'll be honest with you guys. But
Bloody
yeah,
hell.
love for the love, people. I see all the congrats in there. Listen, Laurie surprised me with the comment, but it is what it is.
No, because I was sitting there thinking, since you proposed, we've not been on a stream together, so I haven't had a chance to,
Yeah, well, I've
But
got
yeah,
a little
man,
one,
big
man.
up.
That, usually the proposal comes first, but little one came first this time. It is what it is.
Oh, that's sweet.
Everyone's invited in the chat. All no, no.
Well, they asked him for wedding invites.
Nah, they're all just saying congratulations, man. Love for the love,
Aw.
people. Love for the love, and we're gonna wrap it up here. And I'll be on full-time reaction, so you can say more congrats when I'm on there. Send in your video reactions, though. We need them. James will be running through, like I said, and I'll be getting some fan cams done. Robbie's at the ground. He'll be getting the fan cams done there, as well as the player ratings and so on. And finally, again, I'm seeing all congrats. Love for the love, people. Hit the like button. Hit the like button on this stream.
Hey, you got to give me a little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, say no more. Say no more. Say no more. People, we're out. We're out. Peace.
Woo!
Respect.